jackpot, the best thing I got. But now I'm here, just me and the breeze. She's got the house, the truck, and even my keys. The jackpot, the best. My pal Shah warned me, said get it and go. Just don't let love blind you, boy, don't be sold. But I shook my head, laughed him away. Now look who's crying at the end of the day. Should've listened to Shah, he could see it so clear. Said get a dowry, son, while she's still here. But I gave her my all, now I'm left with regret. She wrote
What up, y'all? Just getting things ready. Sorry. A little sniffly tonight, but we'll be okay. Hope everyone's doing good. See you in there, Heroes Forge, Don DeMarco. Don, thanks for hanging out with us today. There at Hero Forge's channel. Alright. These songs are fire. Yeah, I absolutely love them. Okay. Yeah, we're good there. We're on Twitter. Alright, perfect. Almost there, guys. Oh, and my sound. I have two sound effects keyboards. Oh, what the heck? That's gonna have fun with me all night. It's gonna just be flying around. I'm sniffy too. Think it's the weather change. I think that's what it is. Today it's like the first day over here of it being like kind of hot, to be honest. Well, and I was doing some yard work. That was yesterday though, but I think it's catching up with me today. Sound effects. File open. Yes, I'm sure. There we go. All right. But I gave her my all. Now I was seeing if we had anything funny. She rode off with everything. My heart's in dead. I think we got some funny stuff we can look at. Give it a few more minutes, see if anybody else comes in. We're just gonna have some fun tonight. Nothing too serious. Nothing too serious. Okay, that was pretty sick. Hey, the jingle of Saint Nick from Luke Niels. Oh, nice. Man, I like this song too. Taking allergy stuff and all that. You should talk about that nutcase Mormon 304 mom. Dude, we're talking about that today. Oh, wrong person. Right here, there she is. That's going to be our first episode. And then we got this lady right here who was playing both sides of the field, and it didn't end up, you know, going well. And then this is the Bachelorette lady that some video of her doing domestic violence came out. So we got a good 3 videos. With silver coins and tender care. Checking in from Arizona. Always great to see you, Timmy. Shout out to everybody in here right now, man. All the cameras are working. Looks like we're good. It's gonna be a chill night, so we'll let the song play out and then we'll just go have some fun. I know some folks probably can't make it tonight. They messaged me. That's okay. Oh my gosh, I'm glad tomorrow's Sunday. I forget about Mormon mom killer. Wasn't it this lady? Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. No golden chance for love to show, but through the this ain't the Mormon lady? Coins were tossed. Oh. Saved, no dreams were lost. If you can believe it, not very Mormon-like behavior. Unfortunately, yeah, that is some bad behavior. This is the one? Perfect. Who am I missing? Who's Dr. Todd Grande? He's just this psychologist guy on YouTube that I like. Forgive me here. Oh my gosh. Why does it have to be acting up now? Just the clink of a coin and a blessing to spare. Oh well. Bachelorette is Mormon. Oh, the Bachelorette's the Mormon. Yeah. Oh yeah, we got her. We got her right here. That's gonna be our Bachelorette. It's just crazy that she had a whole show. Like, and there's all these people over there participating in it. I hope they were getting paid. Oh, sorry guys. It's just all hitting me at once. That sucks. That's the game though. I wish you good luck in getting your 1,000 words in for writing your book tomorrow, Shah. Thank you for that, hero. Absolutely. I'm hoping to spend some time tomorrow, sit down and do some writing. Sunday's going to be writing day for me. All right, well, that's our 2 songs here. Looks like it's going to be a calm night with just a few of us in here. Slow day at the tavern, but that's okay. So we got some of our folks in here. We got Username. Good to see you, man. Bachelorette. Wildin'. They're all suing ABC. Yeah, I bet they are. By the way, guys, if you didn't see it earlier, we'll be a little non-serious today, but the more serious discussion happened here on Heroes Forge's channel today, and we discussed all about the gold pill. So I added this to the Dowry gold pill playlist on the channel if you want to find it that way. Other than that, if you can please check out Heroes Forge's channel, you're gonna like this discussion. We brought up sources. It was a good time over here, so I enjoyed the discussion a lot. I think you guys will too. Let's see here. Dang. Bachelorette isn't as pretty in the mugshot. Ears are trying to fly off her head. Yeah, let's look at that. Yep. Yeah, the mugshot is the tell-all there. Gosh, the eyes. The eyes, they're just like wide open. I don't know if that's the flash that did that or if that's, I mean, it's far cry different from this. I didn't even know they really still had this Bachelorette show going, which is kind of crazy. They're still doing that. Do any of you guys remember that show, Joe Millionaire? That was like, I never watched The Bachelorette, but I remember when I was in probably middle school. God, that must have been 2001 or 2008. No, not 2008, or 2002. When the heck did Joe Millionaire air? Oh yeah, 2003. And it was about this guy. It was about this guy who they presented him as a millionaire, and it was kind of like opposite of The Bachelorette. Except the whole thing about it was that he actually isn't a millionaire, and he's just an average Joe. He's just an average Joe, and he just worked a construction job. And, you know, once they chose the final woman, they were going to reveal the secret. Like, he's not a millionaire. He works at construction right over there. He's just a normal guy, you know? So, and then see what was going to happen, basically. Gosh, 2003. Yeah, eyes are crazy, but what are the ears doing? Yeah. You know what? Maybe we'll react to this one second. So we're going to do the grief book lady. Then we're going to do this, the Bachelorette lady. Man, we had a lot going on this week. And then we'll look at this. This is just kind of one of those stories about how things could look good on the outside, but they're actually not so good. So, yep. I remember Joe Millionaire. Yeah, I don't think many people do. Thanks for the shout out. Had an amazing time digging into the gold pill with you. Absolutely, man. Likewise. No worries at all. Well, what are we in here? About 9 minutes, almost that 10-minute mark. The heck with it, guys. I think it's just going to be us tonight. Yeah, that's fine with me. That's fine with me. I say we go ahead and get in here and just start watching some stuff. You guys know Dr. Todd Grande. You know, we've watched some Dr. Todd Grande on this channel before. I just like his method of analysis. He has a very kind of unique dry humor, which I think is pretty cool. And I don't know. I just like the way he just does this fact gathering presentation and then analysis. By the way, guys, let me see here. We got 8 viewers and 4 likes. If you guys can just hit that like button, that's certainly going to help me. Maybe we can get things more popping in here. All right, Filthy Rich. And so, yeah, this is the failed real estate investor writes grief book inspired by murder she committed. So this lady apparently lost her husband and then wrote a book all about grief. I think it was a children's book. I don't know exactly. And, you know, it turns out later she's actually the person who eliminated her husband. So let's go ahead and get to this.
Hello, this is Dr. Grande. Today I will offer an update on the case of Corey Richens. First I'll look at the background of this case, move to the timeline of the crime, then offer my analysis.
I like his method of format here. It's just like, let's look at the background, you know, whatever the hell he was talking about, and then go to his analysis. Yeah, I just missed that amazing format there.
Background of this case, move to the timeline on the case of Corey Richens. First I'll look at the background of this case, move to the timeline of the crime.
Okay, yeah. So background, timeline of the event, the crime, and then analysis. I'd hope to do something similar with some of my standalone videos where it's like, here's the facts, here's the analysis, and just have a brief discussion, you know, on that.
Then offer my analysis. Corey Darden Richens was born on April 20, 1990, and lived in Utah. She earned a master's degree.
April 20, huh? That's Hitler's birthday right there. Not that it matters so much, but okay, April 20th, 1889. Oh, they share a birthday, if that means anything, but here we go.
From Utah State University and worked as a cashier at a Home Depot store. Was born on April 20, 1990, and lived in Utah. She earned a master's degree from Utah State University and worked as a cashier at a Home Depot store.
Okay, so she earned a master's degree and she worked as a cashier? I wonder if she did anything after getting the master's degree that was not cashier related.
In 2009, Corey became romantically involved with a contractor who frequently visited the store named Eric Richens. He was
okay. So he just kind of slide into the store and, you know, he was kind of spitting some game at her. You know, she was the hot cashier, whatever. And they're getting his, you know, Gatorade or something for, you know, work outside, and they met that way. I'm still a little perplexed. So she had a master's degree, but was still working at the cashier. What was the master's degree in?
8 years older than her. Eric started a masonry business. He was 50% owner. He was extremely successful.
He looks like a hard-working gentleman.
Corey and Eric lived in a 4,800 square foot house on West Willow Court.
Wow, look at that. We got 3 separate doors for the garage. Wow, and there's even some farmland back there. That's amazing.
Camas, Utah, about an hour east of Salt Lake City. The couple had a son together and made plans to get married. Eric and Corey signed a prenuptial agreement, which meant that if they divorced...
Oh, great. Okay, so they had a prenup.
Eric would keep his ownership interest in his business. If Eric died during the marriage, however, Corey would get it.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, guys, this might be a potential reason for how prenups can backfire. If you have something in it like that, where it literally incentivizes the other party to put you in the dirt quicker. Oh, my gosh. Don DeMarco says, damn, my house fits in their garages.
A powerful incentive to commit. During the marriage, however, Corey would get it. This created a powerful incentive to commit murder, which was a novel but unintended feature of the agreement. The couple married on June 15, 2013, and went on to have 2 more sons.
Okay, wow, look at that. There's the family. Nice family there out in the nice greenery. You know, oh, wow, look at that. We got this going on here.
In 2019, Corey started a real estate business, which included flipping houses. She did not have the same success as her husband in business. Corey had no idea how to run a business like this.
Wow, okay, so she got a master's degree, didn't do anything with that. Got married to a rich guy that seems to be, or at least a guy that's very successful in business. That seems to be something she was able to do that was a good deal for her. Then she starts going into business for herself, but she's not doing very well. Gosh.
and struggled financially. Allegedly, she forged Eric's signature multiple times to obtain money to fund her enterprise.
Wow. Imagine the dinner table, after you find out about that. You come home from your job, getting all these sales here, your masonry job. And then you're just like, you go to the bank to deposit some money. And then you're over there, you're looking at things. And then suddenly you realize that like there's $100,000 that you just don't know where it went. You're just like, what's going on here? I just don't get it. Like, why shouldn't I have more in there? What's going on? And then, you realize that like, oh yeah, you realize your wife did this, stole some money from you, basically looking you straight in the face like she didn't do nothing bad. Did Dr. Grande say 2 more sons? So she was a single mom beforehand? No. They had a son like prior to, I think, actually getting the marriage. And then, because he mentioned they had a son, then they got married and they also had the prenup. Then they had 2 more sons after the marriage. So all 3 of the sons, if I heard it correctly, are theirs.
In October 2020, Eric established a trust and placed his estate under the control of his sister. He did not tell his wife about this.
That's probably a good idea. I mean, if your wife is sitting here stealing money from you like that, I would probably be concerned also and try to take steps to, I don't know, build a better shield there. So some distrust going on here.
Sometime around 2021, Corey started having an affair with a man named Josh Grossman.
Oh, no. Okay, 3 kids, the big house with 3 garages. Your master's degree never really amounted to anything. Your real estate business is not doing well. This guy that you're married to is working hard, gives you all this stuff. And then still, it ain't enough. You know what I mean? It ain't enough. Here comes Mr. Bad Boy. Yeah, with the bad boy haircut. All right, let's see what happens here.
She wanted to leave her husband Eric to be with him, but did not want to leave Eric's money.
Gosh, when you like find out about somebody doing something bad and then you look at their face and you're like, yeah, I could totally see it. Just look at those eyes and those eyelashes. I can, she's got the crazy eyes. But if you didn't know, could you really tell?
Her husband Eric to be with him, but did not want to leave Eric's money.
Username asks, what's worse, a cheating wife or a thieving wife? You know what? Let's go ahead and that'll be the poll. That'll be the poll right there for you. Cheating. What's worse? Cheating wife. Thieving wife. Gosh, both those are pretty bad. Thieving wife. Start poll. I'm willing to bet that quite often, if you have one, you probably also have the other there at the same time. Shout out to the 13 people that are watching. We got 6 likes. If you could turn those 6 likes into 13 likes, that'll certainly help get this stream off the ground. Thank you so much. Or a murderous wife. Oh my gosh. I could have added that to the poll. But yeah, this was the trifecta right here. This was the trifecta. It started with thieving, led into cheating, and then went into full-blown murdering right there. She looks like Casey Anthony type eyes. Found it. She has a master's in HR. Oh, there you go. I mean, the crazy part about that is I still don't understand how she couldn't find a job. Like, listen, if she had a master's in something else, like, and she couldn't find a job, like, maybe there's some degrees where it makes sense, but where it was hard, maybe the industry took a downturn. But HR? And you're working as a cashier, like, you didn't want to get the HR job? I mean, you can find an HR job. Something's really odd here. Don't they go hand in hand? I would say so. Shout out to you, NZ. Usually core morbidities. Yep, that's the word for it. That's a good word. Aaron Clary would not approve the useless HR lady type. Well, all right, here we go.
By March 2022, Corey's real estate business was in serious financial trouble. She was over $7 million in debt and had taken out multiple short...
Oh my gosh, so this is kind of crazy. So the guy is working for everything. She hasn't really made a penny other than go into debt and cheat on her husband. But somehow her real estate business is $7 million in debt. It's like, what were you doing? You could have just had no job. Like, you could have went out every day and just threw bread at the ducks and just, I don't know, drank wine or whatever it is ladies like that like to do. She could have just hung out with her buddies. She could have did anything, but instead she decides to go 7 million in debt. Username, we got something else. So not only do we have thieving, cheating, murdering, but also indebting, or whatever word you want to put for that.
Term loans with $7 million in debt.
This poor guy, man. This poor guy comes home and finds out his wife's stealing, finds out his wife's cheating, finds out his wife is just ruining the finances. Probably doing it on purpose too. Just planning her exit. Because she figures he'll be on the hook for a lot of that anyways.
And had taken out multiple short-term loans with extremely high interest rates.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, this is one of the other negatives of being married here state-wise. Because it's like they had the prenup, but if you're married to somebody like this that's just going to get themselves in debt, and you guys are just both married together, like her debt is your debt regardless, of the prenup, I think. I don't know. Maybe there's a way to write that away, but I haven't heard of it. Terrible. Terrible. Yes, exactly. Thieving to cheating to murdering. If you can put, a word in there that also mentions, getting into debt, maybe a little bit before the murdering, we'd have the full, so it's past the trifecta now. Yeah, if they'll cheat, you can bet they'll do the other two. Yeah, very true. Shout out to you, Mad Villainy. Good to see you. Shout out to the 14 people watching. We got 7 likes. If we can get it to over 10 likes, that would certainly help.
Despite multiple short-term loans with extremely high interest rates. Despite her massive money problems, Corey had big plans for the future.
Kind of reminds me of that one lady, that rich lady, not that rich lady, but I don't know if you guys remember the last time we watched the Dr. Todd Grande video, and it was like this lady that just kept marrying rich husbands, and then something would happen, and she would leave with the big payout. And we saw her with, I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. We saw her with like no makeup on, and, we had to use the scream sound effect. Oh gosh, where is it? This lady's definitely this.
I have no dowry. If anything, I have a negative dowry.
Okay. All right, here's the real estate business.
He was going to buy an unfinished 22,800 square foot mansion at 106 North Legacy Way in Heber City, Utah.
Wow, look at the guest house on this. You can't see the guest house because I'm in the way, but look at that. See, there's a whole guest house to that. Wow. You could smoke a mean cigar out there. Tell you what.
The property also featured a 3,000 square foot guest house. Corey planned on making the mansion an event center and renting it for $12,000 to $15,000 a day.
Okay, so that's the big plan right there, huh? All right. So we got a new business plan. The real estate didn't work. The HR didn't work. Hey, you guys think she was stealing money from the register back when she was a cashier? You know what? I'm going to make that another poll. Was she stealing money from the register when she was a cashier? We'll just do a yes or no on that. Maybe this is like a thing where the stealing just goes way back,
As she and her lover Josh lived together in the guest house.
Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. So she's still married and she's living with her lover? Man, if anything, all I'm getting from this video is stay away from the state contract, no matter what. Oh, my God. Prenup or no prenup, whatever. Just, you get the state involved. Pretty soon, she's $7 million in debt. She's stealing money from you. She's got her affair partner, and she's all suddenly buying this to make an event center. And they're living in the guest house, and you're just over here wondering what the hell is going on. That is crazy. That is just crazy. Insane. Oh my gosh. I didn't even. You can lump getting in debt with thieving. Yeah, I guess we could do that. Massively negative dowry. Negative $7.5 million dowry. Yeah, with an affair partner. Holy remote location. Better not forget anything on your Walmart run. I know, right? An event center out in the middle of, nowhere. At least, I mean, there seems to be neighboring homes around. It seems certain personalities have highly inflated egos. I once heard a woman say, "I don't understand why I'm not a millionaire." She was absolutely convinced she was way above the average person. Some people are just outright insane, which is crazy. That is just kind of crazy. She was in the guest house and he was in the longhouse. There you go.
Her husband, Eric, opposed the purchase of the property, which is sometimes referred to as the Midway Mansion.
Can you imagine the boldness? It's like she's living there with her affair partner. Her husband's like, no, don't do this. And she's just so bold. She's just like, yeah, I got my husband that I'm stealing money from. I got my affair partner. Like everybody, and probably so many people in the community know it, but like, no, she's just so like, the air of entitlement is so crazy that nobody feels like they can say anything because they just don't want to set her off probably or just deal with it. Because nobody's like, well, so be it,
Now moving to the timeline of the crime. On March 4, 2022, at 3:22 a.m., Corey Richens called 911 and reported that her husband was unresponsive. When the police arrived, they found Eric dead on the floor at the foot of his bed.
Wow.
Here is the story
I wonder if the affair partner had something to do with that.
that Corey supplied to the police. On March 3, at 9 p.m., a little over 6 hours earlier, Corey and Eric consumed alcohol to celebrate the upcoming purchase of the Midway Mansion.
So they're sitting here drinking together, celebrating while she has her affair partner in the guest house. I don't understand. Maybe I'm really missing pieces of this timeline, but this is just very strange.
In the kitchen, Corey prepared Eric a drink called a Moscow Mule, which is a cocktail made of vodka.
Is that Moscow Mule? Is that vodka and milk? I don't know.
Ginger beer, and lime juice.
Oh, never mind.
She
Okay.
brought
Ginger beer, lime juice, and vodka.
the drink to the bedroom, and Eric consumed it. Not long after going to bed, Corey visited the bedroom of one of her sons because he was having night terrors. She decided to sleep in that room, consumed it, and lime juice. She brought the drink to the bedroom, and Eric consumed it. Not long after going to bed.
Uh-oh. Sorry, this is the first time I'm actually listening to this story. I know some other content creators, I think, talked about this, but this is kind of crazy. So it sounds like there was a poisoning, huh?
Corey visited the bedroom of one of her sons because he was having night terrors. She decided to sleep in that room.
Dang, so your mom's over here poisoning your dad, and while the dad's succumbing to the poison, she's over here sleeping next to you on the bed, trying to pretend like she cares, using you as a little alibi.
At about 3 a.m., Corey woke up and walked to the bedroom where Eric was sleeping. She realized that he was cold to the touch.
Oh no! Something's not right! Who could do this to us? We just closed on however expensive this house was. Oh my God, the mansion. Who could do this to my husband? Ah!
And called 911. Here is what the police found during the course of their investigation. Eric died from a fentanyl overdose. He had about 5 times the lethal dose in his system.
Wow.
The drug was
fentanyl.
not medical grade. Rather, the fentanyl had been illegally obtained. Corey claimed she left her cell phone plugged in next to her bed and did not take it with her when she walked into her son's room. The next time she used it was to call 911 after finding Eric cold to the touch. An analysis of the cell phone data revealed that during the time when Corey claimed to be in her son's room, her phone locked and unlocked several times, moved around, and sent and received messages.
Oh, wow. So she was lying. Yeah, I didn't have my cell phone with me, but somebody was using the cell phone while this guy's passed out from the fentanyl overdose. Who else could it have been?
The messages had been deleted. The police learned that Corey had communicated with a drug dealer named Carmen Lauber.
Wow.
Carmen told officers that Corey had asked for pain medication in late 2021 or early 2022. Not long after this, Corey asked for something stronger. She specifically requested some of the Michael Jackson stuff. Corey was trying to get her hands on propofol, but Carmen sold her fentanyl instead. This was on February 11, 2022.
So we could throw drugging in that list then. So we got thieving, cheating, drugging, murdering.
3 days later, on Valentine's Day, Eric became sick after eating a
Wow, a couple days before Valentine's Day.
sandwich Corey purchased for him. He told his business partner he thought his wife was trying to poison him. About 2 weeks after this alleged poisoning, Corey purchased more fentanyl from Carmen. 6 days later, Eric died from a fentanyl overdose.
How insane is that? Imagine being the business partner. This guy owns 50% of your business. You guys are doing well. Everything is going good with the business. You know, clients are here, money's rolling in, everything's hecka tight. The only thing that's not going well is your business partner's wife is literally trying to poison him so that she could then have half the share of the business. Like, imagine you're the business partner. This guy's got a prenup that says if he dies in the marriage, then she'll be able to inherit his share in the business. Everything's going good with this business. And now, like, you're this guy who's just been doing honest work. And now you got to deal with this crazy narcissist, drugging, thieving, cheating, murdering lady who's going to come in here and act like she knows what failed business is all behind her. The real estate sucks. The business partner probably heard all about that, all about this failed garbage. And then you're going to sit here and have to do business with this lady if you want to keep this going, like, or just buy her out if she takes the money. You know, everything was going fine. And then this. Ghetto dope. Why would you accept a drink from her then if you had that suspicion after the sandwich thing? That's a good question. That's a good question.
The day after Eric's death, Corey purchased the Midway Mansion for $2.9 million.
$2.9 million. Gosh. So now they're $10 million in debt. Maybe he didn't. That was just her story. Yeah, that's a good point, Luke, because he did mention, Dr. Grade did mention this was what she said. So maybe when the investigators, so we're still on what she said about the timeline of events, but, well, let's see. Shout out, Luke.
So even him dying did not stop her from moving forward with her plans. As part of the investigation, the police seized Corey's cell phone and found some interesting searches, which occurred after Eric's death. For example,
Oh, gosh. I could already imagine what the searches are going to be. How long does it take for fentanyl to kick in? Can I be traced in a fentanyl overdose death if I gave it to my husband or something like that?
signs of being under federal investigation, what is white-collar crime,
Oh, wow.
what happens if you are detained but never got read Miranda rights, can FBI find deleted messages, can cops force you to do a lie detector test, luxury prisons for the rich in America.
Luxury prisons for the rich. What was the plan? She's going to use the money to be like, well, I'm going to prison, but maybe I can live in a luxury prison. How to cover up a drink spiking. Exactly. That's what she was searching.
Women, Utah prison.
How to have the perfect alibi for dummies.
Death certificate says pending. Will life insurance still pay?
Wow.
How long does it take life insurance companies to pay? If someone is poisoned, what does it go down on the death certificate as? Is circumstance an unknown accident? Can probable cause be a testimony? Can manner of death be changed on a death certificate? How to permanently delete information from iPhone remotely? And what is a lethal dose?
Should have Googled, can search history be tracked? Yeah, I think we all just got to assume that at any time, you know, they can see whatever the heck you Googled at any point in the time or whatever you happen to search, you know, like, why does my, you know, butt itch? Somebody could see that 15 years from now.
Fentanyl. This didn't look too good for Corey. How to permanently delete information from iPhone remotely? And what is a lethal dose of fentanyl?
Oh, wow. Okay.
This didn't look too good for Corey, but she was not immediately arrested. Instead, the police continued the investigation. On March 7, 2023, Corey Richens self-published a 41-page book inspired by the death of her husband.
Let me see what year this came out.
Instead, the police continued the investigation. On March 7, 2023, Corey Richens
2023. I wonder if AI was enough to be able to make these pictures back in 2023.
self-published a 41-page book inspired.
Oh my God. Look at this. Like your wife straight up, like not only is she thieving, cheating, murdering, but she's also illustrating. Now she got you illustrated all over here with the halo over your head from heaven. Now she's like making a mockery out of you. You know, it's like, God, if everything else wasn't bad enough, it's like you can't even rest in peace. You can't even rest in peace. Like she's got to sit here and just completely make a fool out of any kind of thing you had. Are You With Me? Okay, by Corey D. Richens. And it's all about the grief here.
Inspired by the death of her husband, titled, Are You With Me? It is about a father who died and returned as a ghost to be supportive to his son. The book is supposed to be heartwarming and reassuring for children coping with the loss of a loved one. In reality, it is poorly written, emotionally disconnected, and unsettling.
Part of me was hoping that the book was maybe pretty good, or at least like, well, you know, maybe the book could have touched people in a positive way, but sounds like that wasn't the case. I grew up with a Cinderella complex. It's taken many exposures to crimes like this to realize how depraved some females can be. Yeah, that's true. I mean, watching this stuff, you're just like, wait, hold on a minute, you know. In past time, I'd have instantly said she must have had a good reason for this. You know what, man? I appreciate your candor on all that and your growth. So that's really cool, man. Thanks for sharing that. I mean, you know, a lot of us, I think, kind of had similar conditioning, you can say. So shout out to you for that.
Illustrations make it look as though the father was terrorizing or haunting the son, which is an unconventional approach to reassurance. Corey did not appear to possess the ability to...
It couldn't have been me who murdered him because, look, I wrote this whole book. We're so sad and shaken up.
Empathize. She could not understand. Corey did not appear to possess the ability to empathize. She could not understand how other people were feeling.
Wow.
On May 8, 2023, about 2 months after her creepy book was released, Corey was arrested and charged with a few different offenses, including aggravated murder. She was facing 25 years to life in prison for the murder.
Man, could you imagine, you know, at one point, like this face, this right here, this lady was like the greatest thing ever to this guy. He's just like so excited to see her every day. She's just all giddy and charming and has this real feminine whatever the heck that he just loved and was like, oh, the favorite part of my day is when I get to see my girlfriend. And I can't wait to be married someday. And then, you know, this is how it turned out. This is what the love became right here.
Charge alone. On one occasion, when Corey was transported from jail to a medical facility, the authorities searched her cell and found a folded 6-page letter inside a book about the law. The letter...
Wow. Hey, Elena, welcome in. Shout out to you. Thanks for being here. Little slow night for us, but we're having fun.
Was addressed to Corey's folded 6-page letter inside a book about the law. The letter was addressed to Corey's mother, Lisa Darden.
Great. Now she's going to go after her mother-in-law here. And
at the top of the first page, the words "walk the dog" were written in large letters. This appears to be code for "destroy this letter." In the body of the letter, Corey...
Oh, it's to her own mother. I think that's what it was.
This appears to be code for "destroy the dog." Lisa Darden, a book about the law. The letter was addressed to Corey's mother,
okay, her mom.
Lisa Darden. At the top of the first page, the words "walk the dog" were written in large letters. This appears to be code for "destroy this letter." In the body of the letter, Corey explained a plan for her brother Ronnie to remember having a conversation with Eric, consistent with Eric obtaining fentanyl in Mexico.
Oh my gosh. Then she's got her brother sitting here. Now your brother-in-law is going to go testify and say that you were just, you know, getting the drugs for yourself. God, imagine that, man. Like people have no limits, you know. It's like, oh, let me ask my sibling now and ruin his life and get him to commit perjury on a murder case and say that he remembers this happening and testify in court in front of all these people on my behalf. I wonder what the brother said. Male delusions. Love match L should have asked for a dowry. Absolutely. Absolutely.
No dowry. It's my right.
listen, that at the very least, that would have cut things off. He would have been like, okay, you don't have one? Well, sorry, lady, but this isn't going to happen. Instead, he went forward. He heard this and he went forward.
I have no dowry. If anything, I have a negative dowry.
He heard that and he just, you know, he should have.
Which one of these broads has the richest father?
Yeah.
This is what he should have been asking.
What's the dowry situation?
Exactly.
Let's get down to brass tacks here.
That could have blown the lid on a lot of this stuff very early on. Very true, Hero Sports. Thank you for that. LOL, I guess she actually walked the dog if that letter wasn't destroyed. No dowry equals no marriage. Yeah, exactly. This is crazy. And this one happened pretty recent too. This is 2023 we're talking about. Yo, Raymond, welcome in, man. Good to see you. I know you were streaming for a while today. I popped in, listened for a bit. Hope you're doing well, Raymond. Shout out to you. All right. Yeah, so very crazy, very crazy.
She wanted her brother to tell her attorney about this memory. The prosecution believed Corey was desperate to explain where the fentanyl came from.
And this is like, I mean, you know, there's already this drug dealer that she bought the fentanyl from. She brought the drink to him, apparently. She's Googling all this stuff about fentanyl.
And accused her of witness tampering. She was desperate to explain where the fentanyl came from and accused her of witness tampering. On February 23, 2026, the trial for Corey Richens started. The state argued that Corey murdered Eric to inherit millions of dollars and start a new life with her boyfriend.
Oh, it's always the boyfriend. Yo, JP, shout out to you, man. Good to see you, bro.
2026, the trial for Corey Richens started.
Okay.
The state argued that Corey murdered Eric to inherit millions of dollars and start a new life with her boyfriend. The defense argued that Corey was targeted by vindictive in-laws who implicated her in Eric's death.
Wow, now she's trying to, like, convince everybody it was actually his own family that killed him for some reason. The audacity of, like, continuing to lie. It's like she didn't even want to admit she did it. It's like, you kill your child's, you're not your child, your 3 children's father. Pretty much doom their future. I mean, you know, maybe, hopefully, you know what? Shout out to them kids. Maybe some of them figure it out. You know, hopefully. But yeah, otherwise horribly just stunt their future trajectory when it otherwise could have been much better. You know what I mean? You do all this, you write a book lying about the whole thing for other children. I mean, leave the kids alone, for crying out loud.
Oh, won't somebody please think of the children?
And then it's in court, and it's just now you're asking your family to lie, and then she's just continuing to lie and just be like, just say you did it. Just, gosh, just you did it, all right? Hope you've been well. Thank you for that. I just looked up a picture of him. He's got a cool cowboy hat on. The wig deal was a bit wild. Women always have a plan B. No consequences for lying, so they lie more. Yeah, there you go. That's true.
They could not accept that Eric was using illegal drugs. On March 16, 2026, Corey Richens was found guilty of aggravated murder, aggravated attempted murder.
She's sitting here like, oh, the injustice. Oh, how could they not see the truth? Don't they know it wasn't me? It wasn't me who did it. It wasn't me. What's the benefit in admitting it? There is no upside for her. You know, they calculate the deal for themselves. Yeah, that's true. I mean, she's still trying to get off. You're right. And she wants to go live with her boyfriend, of course. So yeah, so she's still madly in love with this guy. So she'll never be able to see him again. So she's trying to do what she can to get out. I'm looking at this from like a view of like, gosh, don't you want this burden lifted from off of your soul? Like, okay, I did it. Like, I don't know why. You know, I do know why, but I know it was wrong. And I'm tired of lying about this. Like, I don't know. Just terrible, terrible. Fair play, fair point there.
Forgery and 2 counts of insurance fraud. Her sentencing is scheduled for May 13, 2026.
Okay,
this
that's coming up.
This date is significant in another way. It would have been Eric's 44th birthday.
Wow, he would have only been 44. That's not even that old. Ah, that's so unfortunate. You work hard, you do all this stuff. You rescue a literal cashier. Like, This man had a business, you know, was doing well, and he rescued a cashier. He rescued a cashier.
I have no dowry. If anything, I have a negative dowry.
You know, he didn't ask this question.
Dowry, it's my right.
And unfortunately, you know, this is yet another love match L, as someone mentioned there earlier. I think that was Heroes Forge. Oh my gosh. It wasn't me. It was my shadow. I was under bad influence. That woman is a lying liar who lies. I know. Did we put that in there? In the list? Cheating, thieving, murdering, lying, illustrating. It's just all kinds of things. So that other guy was cool with being a stepdaddy to 3 kids. Don, it's even crazier than that. He was okay with being a stepdaddy to 3 kids with a woman that literally murdered her own husband. Like, he was actually trying to be with the Black Widow spider. You know what I mean? And shout out to the Black Widow spiders. They're just doing what they're, you know. But this lady, she had a choice, and she chose to keep doing bad stuff here. Crazy eyes in that picture. She sold it and let it go, it seems. No concern for the children or anyone else but herself. Terrible. Crazy eyes. Don't pick up stray dogs off the street. Gosh. You know, the other thing too, like the part we don't hear in the story is the charm factor. Like, you got to be careful about the charm factor. Some of these people, like in the beginning, especially like a narcissist like this, the narcissist's special ability is to make you feel like you're the greatest man in the world. And same thing with men doing it to women. But a narcissist really believes they're so amazing, and when the romance game gets involved, they know how to blow up your ego so much that you really feel like you're just on top, like you're the greatest thing ever. And you might not even think that, but they really still make you kind of feel that in a certain way. And then you really can't see clearly, and then, you know, they come and they pop the bubble and do all that stuff. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the Black Widow thing too, but dang, stepdaddy times 3? Yeah, well, see, what's funny is for the second thing, she's trying to sell it as she has a dowry. Like, okay, once he dies, I'm going to get all this money from the business, and we're going to have this big house. Now, suddenly it turns into, I have a big house and I have millions of dollars. And I have the 3 kids, you know, also, but the boyfriend's looking at it like that. And what's crazy is like the boyfriend is looking at this from like there's been really no mention of him other than like he was just the guy that she was the affair partner with. But it's like, I wonder if he was involved in this or if she was really just doing all this of her own accord. Like, imagine then staying with somebody who literally poisoned somebody through a drink. Like, how could you're going to cohabitate with that? But, you know, man, love, man, love. It's just, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what sound effect to play. It's just too much.
They played us like a damn fiddle!
It's just too much. I'll stop. Some folk have a really strong ability to believe the stories they tell. It's a weird ability, but it's all through history. That's true, yeah, and they can seem very convincing. They are very charming, and they love bomb, and all cluster B manipulations. Yup, absolutely. Never mind all the debt that needs to be cleared out. Chad is just doing Chad things. Yeah, I wonder if they're going to mention him again. I'm just kind of curious. Like, did anybody bring this guy on the stand? If anybody knew what the plan was, I'm sure he heard something. Like, did they interrogate the guy?
Now moving to my analysis. Corey Richins maintains her innocence. Her supporters argue that there is insufficient evidence to prove she poisoned Eric. The state, of course, disagrees. They believe the evidence paints a clear picture of guilt. This brings me to the question, is Corey guilty of murder? Let's take a look at the evidence both for and against the idea she is guilty.
So I guess we're really going to have to wait till May for the final sentencing. Hey, Mountain Man Tops, thank you so much for that donation. I appreciate that. That's much appreciated. I'll try not to roll all that up into cigars. I'll try to spend that on something worthwhile. So appreciate that. Played us like a damn fiddle. Hilarious. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she did. Especially with the book, man. She got people with the book.
They played us like a damn fiddle!
If I freaking read that book and was like, I guess I could kind of get this, I'd have been like, man, I would have been so, man, that woman is a red flag, absolutely. But yes, very true, Mountain Man Top. A great example of how rescuing women doesn't work. Yeah, the whole rescue thing, this whole, you know, I'm the knight in shining armor behavior, like that just really needs to, stop. You got to start asking the real questions.
Which one of these broads has the richest father?
Yeah.
And there's nothing more important than marrying a wealthy woman.
So, you know, just the rescuing thing, very true. Thank you for that. Okay, let's go ahead and see if Dr. Grande's analysis agrees that she's guilty.
Starting with the inculpatory factors.
By the way, shout out to the
before Eric's death,
shout out to the 15 people watching and the 9 likes. If we can get that above 10 likes, I think that will help take the stream to the next level.
Guilty. Starting with the inculpatory factors. In the year before Eric's death, Corey started having an affair. She developed a long-term plan to be with her lover. Corey was running a failing house-flipping venture and was over $7 million in debt. About 3 months before Eric died, she updated Eric's life insurance policy to make herself the sole beneficiary.
Okay. Well, I mean, if anything shows guilt is somebody updating a life insurance policy a couple months before their death. I want to hear that again.
She updated Eric's life insurance debt. About 3 months before venture and was over $7 million in debt. About 3 months before Eric died, she updated Eric's life insurance policy to make herself the sole beneficiary. The insurance company...
I wonder what the beneficiary amount would have been. Maybe he'll tell us.
...notified Eric, and he changed the policy back to the way it was.
Oh, wow. So he didn't even know that his wife updated the policy. Somehow he just found out. Shout out to the freaking life insurance agent who, instead of just being lazy at their job, was like, you know, I'm actually going to call this guy and just run it by him one more time just to see if that's what he really wanted. Gosh, the thing about this guy, though, is he did get a lot of signs, and he just did not want to leave for some reason. Like, I don't know why he wouldn't pull the trigger on the divorce himself, especially if he had a prenup. That's the odd thing. Like, I don't know what kept him there. Maybe it's just like the 3 kids, and he's just like, I don't want to break up the family for the 3 kids that we have. But, I mean, gosh, like, I feel like there were a lot of signs on here. I'm not trying to victim shame. I'm not trying to victim blame, okay? That's not what I'm trying to do. All I'm trying to say, though, is there was a lot of signs that he did ignore, especially around the time when he did tell, you know, his business partner that he thinks she's trying to poison him. So, hey, Klaus is in here, finally. See, this is why the show hasn't been hitting the next level, because Klaus wasn't in here, man. Shout out to you, Klaus. Thank you for being here. Klaus, you would have loved this story, man. This one right here, I think you would have really liked it. Good evening, everybody. Sorry for being late, but 3 a.m. was even too early for me. Man, I thought about you. I did think about putting the stream to 8, and this is because of the spring forward thing. Maybe next week I'll start it at 8 instead of 7, because I do want you to be here, man. I do want you to be here, man. So thank you for coming in. 4 a.m. over there. There should be an alert when your life insurance policy gets updated. There should definitely be. At the very least, they should not update it unless both people sign. Like, I get it, you guys are married, but we're gonna need to hear from both of you. All right, we need consent from both of you before we update the life insurance policy, especially from the person that the life insurance is taken out on, if you know what I mean. Like, that's whoever's policy it happens to be. Yeah, a couple warnings. Forgive me, guys. I'm a little sniffly today, and it literally just started, so that's kind of unfortunate. I'm really having fun streaming, though, despite the sniffles, and I want to get through these other 2 videos because they're supposed to be really funny. No, it's fine. Next week, the time zone changes for me, too. Oh, okay. Okay, that works out. Thank you for that. That's good to know. Shout out to the 18 people watching. We got 12 likes. If we can up that, that's really going to help out my stream.
Corey obtained fentanyl illegally from a drug dealer. She admitted that she prepared an alcoholic beverage for Eric and brought it to him in the bedroom right before he died from a fentanyl overdose. On the 911 call, Corey immediately tried to establish her alibi.
Imagine that you're on the jury and you hear that, yes, she definitely picked up fentanyl and she gave him a drink right before he died. If I was on the jury, I would be pretty convinced. I'd be like, yeah, you know, I think she did it. Oh, man, Michael, Shout out to you. Oh, this is a fun story, man. I think you would have liked it. But yeah, we got a case of somebody trying to rescue a damsel who was a cashier. He owned a large business, and it just didn't end up very well. NZ says, seems rough to acknowledge, but the presence of sex can absolutely blind us to the obvious. Every mole has a hole. That's a great maxim right there. I like that. Very true. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all.
She delayed performing CPR for over 5 minutes. Corey told the police that she left her cell phone in her bedroom when she walked into her son's bedroom, but the phone was used during that time. According to various witnesses, Corey may have tried to poison Eric on 2 prior occasions. The day after Eric died, Corey purchased a mansion that he did not want her to purchase.
Wow. Imagine that. Your husband doesn't want you to buy this gigantic mansion because you're $7 million in debt. He dies. You're alleging you didn't have anything to do with that, and you still buy the mansion. He would have wanted it to be this way.
Her internet search history was consistent with being fixated on gaining a financial benefit from her husband's death. Ultimately, Corey collected $13 million from insurance policies.
So she was $7 million in debt. I don't know if that includes the mansion, but the mansion was $2.9 million. So she was going to be free and clear. She was going to pay off the debt, pay off the mansion, rent out the mansion, live in the guest house with the boyfriend, and she was still going to be up $3 million in cash. That's just from the life insurance policy. Then there's the 50% ownership of the business, which is very successful. So that would have brought in significant income. I mean, if she went up to the other guy and was like, hey, can you just run everything and just give me money? I'll stay out of your hair. He probably would have been like, well, I guess, yeah, all right. I mean, I guess that's probably the best course of action there. And she could have been free and clear. And the craziest part is, like, could you imagine if she just did not want to cheat and murder her husband? Like, how good life could have been for these folks? They just had a solid business. Like, she could have lived a great life. The children could have had, a huge boost in their trajectories. Oh.
They played us like a damn fiddle!
Oh, my gosh.
And spent about half of it on settling her debts. Now moving to the exculpatory factors. The police never found fentanyl in the Richens family house. Eric may have had a drug problem. Perhaps he obtained the fentanyl on his own, or Corey purchased the drug at his request.
I don't get it. Like, if this guy was going to do drugs, like, why do you go straight to fentanyl? Isn't there, like, some lighter drugs before that you can do?
That's pretty much it for the exculpatory factors. When considering all the evidence in this case, do I believe that Corey is guilty?
Yes.
Yes. In my opinion, she is guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. The jury came to the correct verdict. What do I think happened in this case? This is just a theory, my opinion. Corey Richens was self-centered, impulsive, irresponsible, reckless, perfidious, cold, callous, sadistic, materialistic, hedonistic, greedy, overconfident, arrogant, nefarious, unrefined, falsely believed she was special.
Damn, he hit her with the unrefined too, and you're hella rustic, and not in a charming way.
Had a sense of entitlement, and was exceedingly creepy. Her marriage to Eric was unhappy. Part of this may have been caused by Eric spending several months at a time away on hunting trips. Corey found a new lover, but she had a problem. There was a prenuptial agreement with Eric, which prevented her from taking his money during a divorce. Her first plan to deal with the situation was to build her own multi-million-dollar business.
It's crazy, too, because it's like the prenup was there to protect him, and it's like she's pissed off about that. Like, her plan from the beginning was to cash out on this sucker. You know what I mean? She had a master's degree, probably had some debt there, was working as a cashier because she couldn't get the HR job. This guy comes in flirting with her, buying his Gatorade, whatever he was getting at the store, believes it's true love, ends up getting married to her. Her plans to cash out on this dude. And she's just like, you know what? I'll sign this prenup. And don't worry, I'm going to get that money one way or another. And then it just goes all the way to this. And just, my gosh, MGTOW is looking real good right now again. I just want to say shout out to y'all MGTOW folks out there. Timmy C, Timmy C over there who was here earlier in the chat. I can understand why you do what you do, sir. Shout out to you. And the other MGTOW folks. Luke Nielsen. This chick's life was good. She messed it all up. He goes on hunting trips. So what? I know. So what? You know what I mean? Good evening, everybody. Oh, hey, Oikophobic. Good to see you in here. Thanks for coming in. MGTOW is dead. Wow, Raymond. I know how you feel about MGTOW. Raymond has MSTOW. Instead of MGTOW, Raymond's is the MSTOW, which is the men sent their own way. I still remember that video, and I remember the thumbnail in that video and how it was, you know, how you even did it with the graphic. Shout out to you. Michael says, do it tonight. Don't forget, crazy info with enforced monogamy being the reason we have feminism today. Was that your video with Post Millman there? I think I did listen to that. That was probably like a few weeks back. Perfidious encapsulates everything. Traitorous, deceitful, or untrustworthy. Very much so. What surprises me is how our fathers didn't warn us. We could also probably throw mendacious and licentious in there if we want some more words. What surprises me is how our fathers didn't warn us of this danger, but yet it's not a new issue. Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of that is from the gynocentric conditioning to where, you know, women can do no bad. And if she did, it's usually the man's fault. I know, Enzi, you were talking about the kind of Cinderella complex a bit. That's funny. MGTOW's not dead, but thanks for the try hard. Shout out to you, Luke. Yeah, shout out to the MGTOW guys out there, man, honestly. Cases like this do not help.
She could be successful just like her husband, Eric. Using Eric's money, Corey started flipping houses.
Oh my gosh. You know what? Okay, before we start the next Dr. Grande video, I'll pull up that video. Michael shared a video with me, and it's a Jane Austen card game, and it's about the dowry. It's really fun. So after this, we'll read the comments. We'll bring that up. Michael, if I forget, if I suddenly go to the same video, just please remind me. Say, hey, wait a minute. We were supposed to look at the dowry card game. And I'll be like, oh, you're right. We're going to do that right now. I'm just going to actually pull it up so I can pull it on screen right after this so I don't forget. Thank you for that, Michael. Yeah, that was a really fun share. I'll just show it to the folks. Okay, let's just finish this up, and then we'll go into the Jane Austen video game. Or it's not video game, but card game. So let's go and do that. Okay.
Her only problem was that she was completely incompetent. She had no understanding of finances and market conditions. In deal after deal, Corey lost money. Her situation became even worse when she borrowed money at extremely high interest rates.
Gosh, and they're
hoping
married.
She could dig herself out of the hole. Eventually, Corey found herself over $7 million.
I mean, the prenup is just trying to help this guy save what he has going into the marriage, but you're still getting married, and her debt is your debt. I mean, I don't know if the prenup can stop that, but being married, that makes that the case.
In debt. Discouraged by her failure, she changed her strategy from earn millions of dollars by flipping houses to earn millions of dollars by murdering her husband. She poisoned Eric with fentanyl and closed on her dream mansion the next day. The idea here was to use her husband's estate and insurance payouts to turn the Midway mansion into an event center. Corey thought that she could...
That'd be so crazy. Could you imagine if she got away with the crime, at least like it wasn't found out about posthumously, and then the place actually is an event center, except it has like this weird backstory and everybody knows it. It's like, oh, you guys have heard about the history of this event center, right? Well, turns out the lady who owned it murdered her husband in order to pay for it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we found about it real later. And some say sometimes at 3 a.m., you can hear the husband's ghost walking down the hallways. So yeah, ooh, that would have, oh man. Mendacious, audacious. Oh gosh.
Charge $12,000 to $15,000 a day and live a life of luxury in the guest house. Once again, she demonstrated how she had no idea what she was doing. The mansion was not zoned for commercial use. It had no event infrastructure. And in that area of Utah, an event center might go for $10,000 a day at the most.
Gosh, Utah is out here flexing muscles. Yo, Mountain Man Tops, thank you so much for that donation again. I appreciate that. Very grateful for that. Money, Muscles, Game, and Frame is the remedy for mistal. Hey, you're gonna like the video I have coming out. I have a panel discussion with Paul Elam, Matt Cross, John from It's Complicated, and myself, and we discuss these different perspectives. It's fully edited for the most part. I might just do some polishes, but I'm just waiting for everybody to give me the thumbs up that they're happy with it, and then I can post it. So hopefully coming this week, I think for sure. So yeah. And again, thank you for that donation, Money. I really do. Money. I called you Money. Mountain Man. I do appreciate that. I think I should start calling you Money Mountain Man at this point. But thank you for that. Sorry, I know you meant MGTOW. No, MSTOW is Raymond Thoughts and Minds version of MGTOW. Yep, I like MLD's 4 items too. Okay, moving in.
Not surprisingly, Corey failed again. At this point, she came up with another plan to extract money from Eric's death. She self-published a book about a ghost dad.
This part is just so crazy right here. Like, let the man rest in peace.
Son. Corey was pretending to have empathy, like she truly understood how harmful it was for a child to lose a parent. One motive for writing the book may have been to ease any small amount of guilt Corey had for committing murder. The book
while also trying to make a bunch of money from it.
Demonstrates how it's okay that Eric was dead. Sure, he was viciously murdered by his wife, but nobody should worry about it because he could come back from the dead, float around, and encourage his children. They didn't really need their father to be physically present.
Oh, gosh.
They just needed the non-existent support that he could offer from beyond the grave. Corey was trying to patch things up, in a sense, to portray the murder as not such a negative occurrence. Her homicidal behavior did not significantly interfere with family life. Eric was just a little lighter, quieter, and more transparent. When Corey was arrested for murder, she believed that she could outsmart law enforcement. She came up with the notorious Walk the Dog letter, a brazen attempt to fabricate a story where Eric was responsible for obtaining the fentanyl that killed him. In the end, Corey did not escape justice. She may not be too worried about it, however. Based on her search history, she believed there are luxury prisons for the rich in America. Corey will...
Yeah, I don't know if there are luxury prisons. I'm not sure about that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there are some, but...
have many years to evaluate the accuracy of that theory. Those are my thoughts in the case of Corey Richens. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, let's see the comments on this. Another lesson that smiling photos on social media are no proof of happiness. That's what I was thinking. I was like, because they look like, well, honestly, with the third video we're going to watch, they seem to have like all these social media videos and, stuff. It's like, people that are, yeah, you just don't know what lurks beneath on that sometimes. The sentencing date being the victim's birthday was almost poetic justice. Wow, I didn't even catch that. Wow, that's kind of crazy. I guess I could see how they can do that. What a vile woman in every way. Rest in peace, Eric. You mattered. Yeah, absolutely. Rest in peace to that man. Strange how people don't understand how much cell phones will snitch on you. Yeah, I mean, they could pretty much see everything. 7 million in debt. Who approved her loans? That's a good question. Well, I mean, they probably approved her loans because her husband made plenty of money. So there was probably some joint tax returns going on in there. Cold-blooded, but not too bright. Very sad for the kids. Yeah, definitely very sad for the children. I watched most of the trial. Her lack of empathy was deafening. Her boyfriend displayed more. Okay, so they did have the boyfriend up on there. Yeah, I was hoping to hear more about like his role in this, but we didn't really get that. That's okay. Displayed more sorrow for the loss of Eric than she did. I wonder if he testified against her. Maybe he did. Thanks for that information there. I watched the jury announce their verdict in her trial. It was very satisfying to me. I cannot fathom $7 million worth of debt. What I know, and a bunch of short term high interest loans or whatever. I can't imagine how evil and sick you have to be to do what she did. Gosh. We found out she had a ghostwriter write the book. Okay, well, I guess that might explain some of the... I guess I could totally see that being... Oh my gosh, never mind. This is just a joke, I think. A ghost writer. Prison shopping is never a good sign. There are a lot of truly sick people in the world. Gosh. When the life insurance company informed him that Corey has doubled the payout amount without him knowing, he should have made an immediate exit. Yes, this is the thing that's really odd here. Like, he didn't. There were some serious signs here that he really did seem to ignore. So that's the kind of strangest part of the story to me. Okay, moving on over. So this is from Michael saying, hey, look, we got a Raymond Thoughts and Minds video right here. Ooh, man. I'm going to do what I always do when I see a Raymond Thoughts and Mind video. If I can watch it, I can. But what I always make sure to do is I make sure to hit that like button just in case. Just in case I don't make it back there, I know I hit that like button. It's the most important thing. All right. So Jane Austen's Dowries and Dalliances, a literary card game. Okay, this seems like a fun game to play at the tea party. All right, come on. Maybe we can get this and see what's going on. Marriage is the name of the game. So let's go ahead and see how this works. Okay, how to play. All right, I'll try to narrate this for y'all. This is from Michael saying, the goal of the game is to win the biggest dowry. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I like that. This is a game I think I want to play here.
No dowry. It's my right.
Okay. This is pretty good. This is pretty good. Two to six players. Okay, real quick. I'm just going to read your donation here. I know, looks like you guys are having some back and forth in there. That's cool. That's cool. Mountain Man Top says, I have a strong suspicion that Paul Elam's feedback on Money, Muscles, Game, and Frame will be a lazy point of view on attraction. Remember, we have a burden of performance. Well, you know, I don't want to spoil that. When I do post the video, I think you guys will see. I think Paul Elam's point of view is pretty well put together. But you know, I'll be interested to hear your comments on that, Mountain Man, when it does get posted, which should be this week sometimes. By the way. Yeah, remember we have a burden of performance. Burden of performance, I believe, was brought up in the discussion. So, you know, I don't want to spoil anything for that because I want everybody to watch it. Paul Elam is anything but lazy. Absolutely, very true. I have to say a bit of victim shaming is in order in that case. All right. Sorry. I just got to respond to a text message real quick. People, just midstream right now. So far, John. My bad. Just a second, guys. And okay. Yo, is Avalanche in here? Yo, Avalanche, welcome in, man. We were missing you, bro. I was. Many Christian men will not leave their wives despite obvious red flags because the church teaches that divorce can only happen if adultery occurs. And even then it's taught it's noble to forgive. Maybe that's what it was. That's actually a good point. Okay, so getting back to the game here. So 2 to 6 players. The goal of the game is to get the biggest dowry. Sorry, guys. I'm just I want to blame it on allergies, but it's not. 21 dowry cards. Okay, so there's one old maid. So I guess if you draw this card, you're definitely losing the game. Because we know from our newspaper articles that the French especially, I know this is Jane Austen, but another word for old maid was a woman who didn't have a dowry. 21 dowry cards. Okay, look at this. All right. I might actually purchase this game just to have it. 30 action cards. Okay, so you can steal. That's one of them. So action cards. You can skip, steal, gossip, trade, reverse, extra turn, elope, gift, quadrille, snub. Man, I gotta see if I can buy this game. What is going on here? Jane Austen. Dalliances. Wow. How do I buy this? Oh, no way. Look at that. It's 20 bucks. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Wait, is it really? Sorry, I'm just really into this now. I wish it was... Oh, well, that's fun. Yeah, I might buy that. I might buy that game just to have it on the bookshelf over here. And, you know, maybe if I ever get some friends over for the tea party, maybe we can play the game. That'd be pretty cool. Man, Michael, this is really cool. Gossip. Choose a player to show you their highest or lowest dowry card. Wow, this is fun. Trade your lowest dowry card for another player's highest. Okay. This is great. Gift. The next player must give a card to another player instead of discarding. They may gift that player the old maid card. Uh-oh, you don't want that. Reverse the order of gameplay. Enjoy an extra turn. Elope. Take a random card from another player and discard it. Every player must set a card from their hands face down on the table, pass the cards 3 times in a circle, and simultaneously pick up their new card. This card may be played at any time to stop these action cards. Got it. So that's a snub. That's a rejection. Asexual spinster card. On your turn, each player draws enough cards from the pile to hold 6 cards in their hand. Okay. Brute Man says, hello, Shah. Fascinating game. We'll be on for a little time because I have other stuff to do today. No worries, man. Thanks for coming in. Shout out to you. I'm right there with you, blowing my nose left and right. Yeah, I was fine. Then the stream started and it just got me, which is unfortunate. W Say, W Silver Pill, W Bracha. Which card has the attractive woman? What they need is a romance card to come in and just destroy the entire game. Then you play 1 dowry card or 1 action card. Turn phases. Draw to 6 cards. Play a dowry or an action card. Perform any actions associated with your played card. Place played cards face up in the discard pile. 1 second. Sorry, I was responding. Okay, moving on. Play a dowry or perform any actions associated with your played cards. Place played cards face up in the discard pile. They need a Dontavius card that automatically wins the game. Additional rules. Okay. I want to hear more about how the old maid... Okay, here we go. The old maid card cannot be discarded. Only stolen, gifted, traded, or given in a quadrille. Okay, so somebody's gonna end up there with the old maid card.
You gotta stay gaming, bruh. Don't focus on no girl. Just stay gaming.
If a card is discarded, it cannot be picked up and played again by any player. Okay. Very important. If a player receives a a card as a result of gift action and they already have 6 cards in their hand, when their turn begins, they do not draw. Okay. A snub card can be played at any time to block another player from using the following action cards: Gossip, Steal, Trade, Gift, or Elope. Okay. Okay, so to win, because you gotta have the highest dowry, I know that. Once the draw pile is depleted, players will continue to discard one card until the first player is down to one card. Okay. Each player needs to reveal a dowry card at the end of the round. The number is their score. Okay, got it. This is a great picture right here. I'm sorry, I just got to show you this. Like, this is kind of like, this just embodies it all. Like, here's all these different women. Here's their dowries. Like, yes, this is actually what we want to see over here on this channel. We're encouraging this. Yes. If you are holding the old maid, your score is 0 for that round, and you go first the next round. Okay, so at least you get to go first for the next round. Because, you know, you're still available. If a player does not have a dowry card, their score is also 0. Okay. Keep track of each round's score. The first player to reach 100 points wins the game. Oh, that's so cool. You know, I feel like this is a great way to, like, if you got a girlfriend, you know, you guys are starting to go out and you're like, hey, you want to play a card game? And she's like, yeah, that's a great idea. Okay, yeah, we'll do date night at your place or my place. And yeah, we'll just hang out, have dinner, play a card game. And this is the card game. Like, yeah, oh my God, we're playing a Jane Austen card game. I really thought you'd like it. It's called Dowries and Dalliances. And then you just play the game. And you're like, yeah, the dowry, And then you just kind of slowly just drip feed her with, like, just little dowry history nuances. You know, and she's like, oh, that's interesting. How do you know so much about that? You're like, oh, you know, I'm just interested in history, of course. I'm just interested in history is all. I mean, I don't, you know, thought you'd like it too. Definitely thought you'd like it. Don't you like the game that we're playing? Okay, fun stuff. Thank you for that, Michael saying. That is actually really cool right there. I really like that. So yeah, I'm actually going to go purchase that game later. So shout out to Raymond Thoughts and Mine. Maybe one of these days we'll react to a Raymond video on here. I don't think we've really truly done that. Okay, now this was the Mormon folks. You guys wanted to see this one too? So Dr. Grande is going to go over what happened here. Erratic influencers barstool projectiles wipe out entire season of The Bachelorette. So yeah, we are going to go ahead and see that. Let me just go ahead and see what's going on with the chat before we move in. I think my nose might be getting a little better. Shout out to the 16 people watching, and we got 15 likes. I like that. Very cool. Okay, hear me out. We play this game when we get a meetup going. Absolutely. I'll buy the game. I will have the game. That would be fun right there. What a cool card game. Old Maid. Which leftover cake is best? Oh, we stay gaming.
You gotta stay gaming, bruh. Don't focus on no girl. Just stay gaming.
That is why I speak against the churches today. Pastors, legislators got us into this mess. We need to change the church. Great goal, but good luck. I just walked away. I will not look back. The sooner we realize we are playing Game of Thrones in real life, the better. I mean, yeah, that video that we just reacted to, not the card game, but the one before. Arsenic and Old Lace Maid. I guess lemon pound cake, even officers can't resist. Lemon can't type. No worries. Play the dowry game with the father of the woman you date. Yeah, exactly. Just, you know, when they invite you over for dinner, like when she finally invites you over and she's just like, oh, hey, you know, this is my new boyfriend. You're like, oh, it's so nice to meet you. You go to her mom, you're like, wow, oh my gosh. Oh, I thought you were her older sister. Oh, you're her mom. Oh my God. And then you go talk to the dad and then you guys have dinner. Like, hey, I brought a card game that we could all play as a family. It's going to be great. It's Jane Austen. I know you guys like Jane Austen. You know, I think I heard, you know, your mom's like, you know, yeah, it's going to be great. You guys will have fun. And it's all about the dowry. I like that. Michael's saying that's some forward thinking right there. I actually really like that. Thank you for that suggestion. Bruteman says, shortly after Jane Austen was written, the dowry slowly began to go out of fashion in the mid-1800s and being made illegal in Britain in the year 1888. Yes, yes. Well, we are working on hopefully trying to get that back in action. So, game sounds interesting. I'm just interested in history. So anyway, what's your dowry situation? Look, yeah, speaking of the dowry game, kind of got me thinking, huh? Just kind of got me thinking. So yeah, do you have a dowry? Did you guys save a dowry for your daughter? It's awesome, huh? I want to see Coach Adams and Shah play the dowry game, smoking cigars and videotape. Man, wouldn't that be so freaking cool? Someday, maybe if I'm blessed again, I'll be able to hang out with Coach. Who knows? Coach is all over the world now, so catch him if you can. They may misconstrue it as a proposal. Yeah, exactly. They'll probably hit me with the "bless your heart" and then just kind of try to change the subject or something. Did I miss anything? No, I think we're okay. All right, I do got to put my overlay on. Gosh, where's my overlay? I took that off today when I had my discussion. By the way, guys, shout out to the 20 people that are in here. Please check out my video with Heroes Forge that we did today. And it's all about the gold pill. I also added this to the playlist. I hope I added the right version to the playlist, actually. Now I'm not sure because there's two versions on here. There's a vertical video you can watch, and there is a horizontal video. So I will have to double check and make sure we got the right one on the playlist. But yeah, I mean, we had an amazing conversation. We went through sources. Look at that source right there. And there's also, oh, look, there's a source right there. Oh my God, oh my gosh, how many are there? So I think you guys will definitely enjoy that. So I just wanted to plug that while we seem to be at a peak here of folks. So yeah, okay, we did that. Shout out to Raymond. And let's go ahead and move in here. But you know what I forgot to do? Did I hit the like button on this video? Got to show some appreciation for this amazing content. Okay, calm before the Mormon. Okay. All right, let's see what Dr. Todd Grande has to say about this.
This is Dr. Grande. Today I will analyze the case of Taylor Frankie Paul. First I'll look at the background of this case, move to the timeline of the incident, then offer my analysis. Taylor Frankie Paul was born on May 23, 1994.
See, this is another example where you could look at it and once you know what they did, you could be like, yeah, I could kind of see it. It's in her eyes. Yeah, I could kind of see why she might have did something like that. But if you don't know, then it's like, well, I don't know. Would you really have been able to tell?
In Pueblo, Colorado. Taylor Frankie Paul was born on May 23, 1994, in Pueblo, Colorado. She was raised as a Mormon by her mother.
Okay, she's a
stepfather.
millennial.
At some point, she moved to Utah. In 2016, Taylor married a man named Tate Paul. They had a daughter named Indy.
Oh, so she was married.
And a son named Ocean. In 2021...
Okay, so she was married, had 2 kids, decided... I wonder how the divorce happened or for what, but let's go ahead and see.
Taylor became extremely popular on a social media platform called TikTok.
TikTok.
She was the leader of a collaborative group of Utah mothers who functioned as content creators and social media influencers.
Hey, wasn't the last lady that we were watching from Utah also?
The group, which was referred to as Mom Talk, featured beauty tutorials, choreographed dance routines, confessionals about their lives as Mormon women, and performances they referred to as comedy. In June 2022, Taylor announced in a live stream that she and her husband had engaged in soft swinging.
Uh-oh, okay, so that's her and her husband. Okay, and then somehow she ends up on The Bachelorette. So you got a lady, she's got 2 kids, she's on TikTok, and she did some soft swinging. And then, The Bachelorette is like, she's perfect. This is exactly who we should do the show about.
They had an agreement where they could be intimate with other people. This agreement stated they could not go all the way unless their spouse was present in the room.
Okay.
Taylor indicated that she stepped outside of that agreement by having sex with a man for whom,
to the surprise of nobody,
she had feelings.
Okay, there you go.
Consequently, she was getting a divorce.
Oh my God. So they're just sitting there like, oh, okay, yeah, so you can mess with other people, but you can't go all the way unless we're in the room. Literally next week, she went all the way and she's in love with somebody else, and now they're getting a divorce. So, okay, yeah, that was pretty bad. That was very fast. It seems like the only rules for this type of thing is there are no rules, and, that's just what seems to
This
happen.
video became enormously popular and gave Taylor an intense level of notoriety. During the next month, July 2022, Taylor Paul became romantically involved with a man named Dakota Mortensen.
Okay, so she done traded in her husband, and now there's this guy, and she's living the influencer life from swinging couples to swinging bar stools. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Just another Mormon woman involved in swinging love triangles and divorced with 3 kids. Typical traditionalist. Yeah, there you go. Right. Yeah, there's your TradCon Utah wife for you. Married young. That throw was brutal. You could hear it hate his wrist. Game over. Should have seen the police footage when they were getting divorced and she got oh, was the guy in the video this guy, or was it her ex-husband? Oh gosh, yeah. See, maybe he'll tell us that. And she got drunk, came to the house. It was bad. Yeah, sounds like some real domestic violence there. Whole phase activated. Okay, here we go.
Who she met on Instagram. A few months after this, she announced that she was pregnant with his child.
Okay, so now we got baby number 3 coming in. Okay, 2 baby daddies, 3 children.
The couple lived in a townhouse on West Rex Peak Way in Harriman, Utah. This is 27 miles south of Salt Lake.
Okay, this picture's not, I mean, maybe it's the lighting. Could also be a few other things in here. The picture is not flattering. This was the guy in the video, I think. Okay, so that was this boyfriend, not the ex.
Lake City. On February 17, 2023, at about 11 p.m., Taylor was involved in a domestic violence incident at her home. She was arrested.
Okay, okay, here's the mugshot. You know what? I kind of see what you're saying about the ears now, actually. I didn't notice that. Like, I mean, I kind of noticed it, but this is almost a 45-degree angle here, kind of off base right here. Yeah, that's looking at almost 45. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I was just pointing that out.
Arrested and charged with assault, criminal mischief.
Yeah, man up and marry that 304, how it started, how it's going. The Married Women's Property Act was enacted in India on February 24th, 1874. Yeah, there was also that in England too. I think you mentioned that up there. Her hair hides the ear thing. Yeah, that's what it was. I'll never understand how any man could agree to an open relationship. I immediately ended with the love of my life when she came up with her finding herself phase. I was sick to the stomach. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I don't know. Like, it's, I think it's one of those things where it's like, well, if it was something, I guess, more casual anyways, then you're just like, whatever. Or if a guy's so deep in it, I don't know. Like, I want to say he was madly in love, but I hear what you're saying, Klaus. It's like, so were you madly in love? And you were just like, nah, this is just the bridge too far right here. And no, I don't know if that's a right analogy, but something ain't making sense there. Thanks for saying for the information. Okay, popping in here real quick. So yes. Michael Saint says, you got it. It was a global movement and they attacked the dowry from there. Yes, absolutely. Thanks for pointing that out, Michael. Do you have the stomach? Yeah, that's a...
Do you have the stomach?
Very true.
And commission of domestic violence in the presence of a child.
Uh-oh.
Court documents indicated
wow, domestic violence in front of a child.
At her home. She was arrested and charged with assault, criminal mischief, and commission of domestic violence in the presence of a child.
Wow, so the kid was there.
Indicated that Taylor threw her phone, a wooden playset, and metal bar stools at Dakota.
Wow, metal bar stools. That's not a joke. That can do some serious hurting right there. Frankly, anyone dressing in any way to get sexual attention currently makes me make a very wide berth. Red flag alert for me. Yeah, very true. Very true. I'll tell you what, I don't have the stomach and I'm out of that rig game. Yeah, I hear you on that. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to the MGTOW folks again.
One of these flying bar stools struck her daughter in the head.
Oh my God, it hit one of the kids. Man, that's terrible. So she's trying to sit here and throw a metal bar stool at the husband, misses, hits the child. Crazy.
5 years old at this time.
5
years old. In August 2023, Taylor pleaded guilty to 1 count of aggravated assault, which is a 3rd-degree felony. The other charges against her were dismissed.
Wow. They dismissed. What about the child endangerment? Did they take the kids away? Apparently not. They dismissed the charges.
Given a deal where the felony charge would be reduced to a Class A misdemeanor in 3 years if she met certain conditions. For example, not consuming alcohol or illegal drugs.
Yeah, after you heard about what they did, a lot of the pictures, you're like, yeah, I could kind of see it. But, you know, the producers at The Bachelorette didn't see it. They were like, oh, she seems like she'd be a great candidate for us to invest millions of dollars in a whole season of a show.
Completing probation, participating in a domestic violence evaluation, and not violating any laws above a minor traffic violation. After Taylor's arrest, she and Dakota separated, but then reunited. Taylor had a son named Ever on March 19, 2024, as in, how is he ever going to get over having that name? In September 2024, Taylor and other mothers in her group were featured.
Okay, all right, we got all our TradCon ladies in one place right here. Here's all the TradCons. This is what everybody wants you to be excited about. Okay, so yeah, probably the best advice we can give here is...
in the first season of a reality television show on Hulu titled The Secret Lives of... In September 2024, Taylor and other mothers in her group were featured in the first season
Okay, this is part of her group here, so she has a kind of mom's group.
Of a reality television show on Hulu titled The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Oh my God, yeah, these are your... Okay, well, these are your Mormon trad wives. These are the Mormon TradCons, not to be confused with the other type of TradCon wives. Okay.
The first episode of the show featured body camera video of Taylor's arrest in February 2023. So this domestic violence incident was not a secret. The show was quite successful. Featured body camera video, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. The first episode of the show featured body camera video of Taylor's arrest in February 2023. So this domestic violence incident was not a secret.
Okay, that's it. That's important to know. So this was featured before. But it sounds like that might have been a different show and not The Bachelorette. Maybe I misheard.
The show was quite successful. Its viewership increased.
Because this is about moms.
Over its 4 seasons. Taylor and her boyfriend Dakota separated again, and their relationship drama was prominently featured on the reality show.
Okay.
On September 10, 2025.
Oh, the Call Her Daddy podcast. Yeah, okay, yeah. We've all heard of this. This is like the ladies Joe Rogan podcast over here. And, you know, there we go.
While being interviewed on the Call Her Daddy podcast, Taylor announced that she was going to be the next Bachelorette. This is a long-running ABC television.
So it's odd because wouldn't the Bachelorette have known about the domestic violence stuff? But what he did say is only a screenshot of it was shared. So they didn't see the video. So nobody saw the video. So, okay, so just putting that in there, you know.
Television reality series featuring a group of suitors who compete to get engaged to one woman. The decision to feature Taylor in the show was surprising because there was a tradition of casting women who were contestants in previous seasons of a parallel series called The Bachelor. Taylor had never appeared on The Bachelor. Production moved forward, and she recorded the 22nd season of The Bachelorette.
I wonder how she talked herself into that. Maybe because she wasn't a TikTok influencer. They're like, hey, let's just try a TikTok person and see how they do. Michael Sand says, Brute, man, the question you should ask is why is the dowry illegal? They blame it on dowry killings, but is that really the reason? It was the government promoting socialism by getting rid of the dowry. Thanks for that, Michael. Yeah, good, you know, great point there. Thanks for pointing that out. Let's see. The Mormon Wives show is full of other women who are just as ill-behaved. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, if they're all hanging out with her, you can kind of only guess, huh? Very possible. The Mormon church has a really big problem that they hide men are bleeding from the church, and they simp so hard for women. Interesting. There's a saying about doing things with crazy women. I would back that up. All right. 22 simps, quote unquote, competing for a domestic abuse, cheating single mom of 3. Men are down bad and cooked. I know. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. NZs, none of us is really doing okay. That's why we became red pilled. Okay, moving in.
From October to December 2025. It was scheduled to premiere on Sunday, March 22, 2026.
On Hulu and ABC.
Disney, who owns ABC, invested a lot of money in the series. One thing was for certain. The premiere was going to go off without a hitch. There would be no incident to prevent it. Now moving to the timeline of the incident. On March 16, 2026, the police in Draper City, Utah, revealed there was an ongoing domestic assault investigation involving Taylor Paul and Dakota Mortensen. The alleged incident occurred in late February 2026. Each party accused the other. On the same day as the announcement about the investigation,
there's the Trad Wives, folks, Mormon edition.
Production on the 5th season of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives was halted. On Thursday, March 19,
gosh, the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I mean, secrets indeed.
2026, just 3 days before the premiere of The Bachelorette.
Absolutely.
Taylor's former lover Dakota filed a petition for a protective
Book of
order
Mormon
against her. It was
the Book of Mormon. That was great.
Sent back for a correction. Just 3 days before the premiere of The Bachelorette, Taylor's former lover Dakota filed a petition for a protective order against her. It was sent back for a correction and amended petition. Also on this day, TMZ published a video featuring Taylor and Dakota.
Okay, TMZ posted it.
Which was a previously unseen recording of the February 2023 domestic violence incident. In the video, which appeared to be recorded with a cell phone, Taylor could be seen pushing and kicking Dakota as Dakota repeatedly asked Taylor to stop. Taylor then picked up metal bar stools and threw them at Dakota. Taylor's daughter, who was seated on a nearby couch, could be heard crying.
Wow, look
Again,
at that.
in the original complaint, the police noted that Taylor's
TV.
daughter had been struck with one of those bar stools. This disturbing video led to a quick response on the part of Disney Entertainment Television.
Man, seeing some stuff like that just kind of makes me want to just, Dontavius it over here.
Stay gaming, bro. Don't focus on no girl. Just stay gaming.
Yeah. Stuff like this, seeing stuff like this kind of just makes me want to do what Dontavius. There she is. There. Look at that shadowy figure with the metal bar stool, throwing this all up in your house while you're trying to watch some TV. Like, that guy was trying to game for 2 seconds, and then this happened, By the way, my fat PS3 is going into surgery tomorrow, so I had to order a special tool, and I'm going to have to cut the CPU off the board. And this tool has a blade on it that's supposed to cut the silicone glue and not destroy the threads, but there's a very high likelihood that she ain't gonna make it, unfortunately. But it's overheating pretty bad, and if I don't do the surgery, then it's gonna die anyway. So it's gonna be a big day tomorrow. That's my cooling. That's my thermal paste right there. And so wish me luck, guys. I really don't want this PS3 that I got off of Facebook Marketplace to not make it, because I've been having a lot of fun with it. All right, moving in.
To a quick response on the part of Disney Entertainment Television. They decided to cancel the 22nd season of The Bachelorette.
Wow, and it was Disney Entertainment. Yeah, okay.
A spokesperson released a statement saying, quote, "In light of the newly released video just surfaced today, we have made the decision to not move forward with the new season of The Bachelorette at this time, and our focus is on supporting the family." A spokesperson for Taylor Paul released a statement saying, quote, "Taylor is very grateful for ABC's support as she prioritizes her family's safety and security. After years of..."
As she prioritizes her family's safety and security. Meanwhile, you just saw a video of her throwing this metal bar stool. Literally hit one of the kids. Terrible. This lady has crazy eyes and threw metal stools at her husband and injured her young daughter. Scary stuff. Be cautious, all you young unmarried Mormon guys in Utah. Hey, let's do a poll. Do you guys think she'll do any time in jail over this? Will she spend any time in jail? We'll just keep it simple. Will she spend any time in jail? Start poll. She said I was the violent one and got 100% custody. Gosh, yeah. She looks like the girl from The Ring who crawled through the TV. I remember that movie, man. I think I was in 8th grade when that movie came out. They always say that my ex did the same thing. Only thing that saved me were my kids are old enough to counter that narrative and knew who the liar was. And it's unfortunate that your kids have to be brought into the middle of that, but shout out to them for doing that, honestly, and telling the truth. Disney family friendly. If this was a man doing this, they would have filmed 0 seconds of a new season. What WTF? You would think these women get seen for what they are in divorce court, but it is usually the opposite. They usually end up believing the woman because how vocal they are about the abuse. Old enough kids to tell the truth. Very true. My daughter is 1 year old, couldn't test. Yeah. All right, moving in.
Silently suffering extensive mental and physical abuse, as well as threats of retaliation, Taylor is finally gaining the strength to face her accuser and taking steps to ensure that she and her children are protected from any further harm. There are too many women who are suffering in silence as they survive aggressive, jealous ex-partners.
What does this have to do with women? She was the one throwing the bar stools in the video. No, there's a lot of men who are victims of domestic violence, and people don't recognize that.
Who refuse to let them move on.
No, it's the opposite. I know he's not saying that. He's just reading her statements.
With their lives. Taylor has remained silent out of fear of further abuse, retaliation, and public shaming.
Wow.
She is currently exploring all her options, seeking support, and preparing to own and share her story, unquote. Now moving to my analysis. Here are my thoughts on a few areas that stood out to me in this case. Item number 1. Based on the statement from Taylor's spokesperson, it appears as though Taylor is trying to play the victim in this case. The statement was in response to the Bachelorette being canceled.
Man, this lady's a mother of 3.
Which is a clear defeat for Taylor. Yet, it never really addresses this. Instead, the statement talks about how Taylor has suffered mistreatment and is trying to protect herself and her children. It's like Taylor is trying to go on the offensive here and turn this narrative around. This was never about her misbehavior. Rather, somehow, Disney decided to cancel the show because Taylor was a victim.
Gosh, like, it's crazy. I don't know. Like, it's just, there's clear video of her doing this crazy stuff, and she's just like, I'm the victim, everybody. I'm the victim.
This doesn't really make a lot of sense. Taylor is dodging the issue altogether and trying to deflect. If she is ever able to demonstrate that Dakota did something wrong, that doesn't change what Taylor did in the barstool throwing video. This brings me to item number 2. It was no secret that Taylor pleaded guilty to aggravated assault.
Very true.
Disney knew about this for years. Even so, they moved forward with The Bachelorette. They were betting on Taylor.
Wow. Okay. So Disney didn't know that the stuff was going on, and they still moved forward with it. Play the victim to the surprise of nobody. I know.
Taylor, realizing that her unpredictable nature and tendency to gravitate toward drama would make her a popular choice for the show. They even violated their own tradition as far as selecting a candidate. Again, the Bachelorette should have been a former contestant. As if this wasn't bad enough.
Gosh, Disney wanted to make this lady on one of their shows? Like, come on. Disney.
Questions about how emotionally prepared Taylor was to find a new lover, which is kind of the point of The Bachelorette. During the finale.
That's so crazy. Yeah, the producers knew and still, yeah, I mean, they're like, well, if we could get away with it. She's a big TikToker.
Of season 4 of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, it was revealed that Taylor and Dakota had sex the night before Taylor was set to leave for the Bachelorette filming.
Okay.
Considering how Disney already knew that Taylor was not a suitable candidate, why did they cancel The Bachelorette only after the recording of Taylor throwing the barstools was released? Nothing in that video should have been surprising to them. In my opinion, the decision was made because there is something about a video of domestic violence that makes it all too real. Disney knew the public would react strongly after seeing Taylor throwing those barstools. It's one thing to talk about aggravated assault. It's another thing to see it occur.
Man, the only thing that like possibly did any favors for her boyfriend or husband or whoever this guy was that he was recording it. Like, he's so lucky he had his phone within reach to sit here and record this and stuff. Like, do you think anybody would have believed him if he wasn't recording it? You know, that'll be the next poll question. How about that? And poll, 90% of you guys say no, you don't think she's going to do any jail time. Okay, start a poll. Would anybody have believed the boyfriend? I think it's the boyfriend. The boyfriend, if he wasn't recording? Question mark. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. If we didn't know it before, we know it now. Disney is a joke. The dog doesn't have an identity. That was hilarious. Yeah, oh my gosh.
Disney realized that Taylor was done. She had destroyed her career as an influencer and, in the process,
Johnny
an
Depp, is
entire
that you?
season of The Bachelorette. Usually that show destroys itself over the course of a few episodes due to it being horrible. Taylor managed to wipe out the show without even a single episode airing.
Gosh.
Which must be some type of record. All the work that went into that show was wasted. All the money that Disney spent to produce it flushed down the toilet along with Taylor's reputation. From a business standpoint, the decision was wise. By dumping Taylor, Disney dodged more bullets than Neo.
Yeah, I mean, eventually they came around and were like, yeah, we shouldn't be associated with this
Matrix.
person.
One can argue that Taylor's bad behavior cost Disney millions of dollars, but I think what really cost them was the unwise decision to select her in the first place. Item number 3. By throwing those bar stools at Dakota, Taylor engaged in a dangerous act. She was fortunate to be given an opportunity to reduce her felony to a misdemeanor. One would think that Taylor would have been very careful over the next 3 years. There would be no sense in taking any type of risk because she would not want to jeopardize that plea deal. One obvious tactic to reduce risk would be to avoid any contact with Dakota. Regardless of who was to blame for the alleged domestic violence incident in February 2026, the one that is under investigation, it was clear that Taylor and Dakota were interacting in person, which created an obvious and unnecessary risk. Taylor should not have let that happen.
Man, the mugshots. The mugshots are something else.
Item number 4. What do I think happened in this case? This is just a theory, my opinion. Taylor Francis Paul became a well-known social media influencer by exposing a scandal that she was involved in. She continued to grow in popularity because she was physically attractive and
yeah, that'll do it.
Behaved erratically. The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives gave Taylor yet another opportunity to build her brand, to prove that she was well suited for reality television. People who succeed on these shows often share the same personality traits: low conscientiousness, high extroversion, low agreeableness, and high neuroticism. The difficulty with this personality profile is how it leads to conflict. People like this are difficult to manage. They are impulsive, sensation-seeking, antagonistic, anxious, and don't play by the rules. When Disney decided to make Taylor the Bachelorette, they made a risky decision. This reminds me of the theme of the Jurassic Park movie franchise. Dinosaurs are exciting and draw large crowds, but they are also unpredictable and dangerous. Disney was trying to make an exhibit out of a Taylor Frankie Paulosaurus. Taylor may not have been as clever as a velociraptor or as strong as a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but she was significantly more likely to hit somebody with a bar stool than any known dinosaur. Disney took a chance, and it did not pay off. For them, this is just the cost of doing business. The 22 men who were involved in the 22nd season of The Bachelorette,
the 22 men, gosh,
may view things differently. They might be disappointed that the season never aired. I think they should look at this another way. If the season aired, they would have been seen pursuing Taylor Frankie Paul. This would not speak well of their taste in romantic partners. Those are my thoughts in the case of Taylor Frankie Paul. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Yeah, I'd heard a little bit about this, but I didn't really do a deep dive. So that's interesting. That's crazy. Please never hide your disgust for the words TikTok. If Taylor wants to protect her children, she should stop hitting them with furniture. Yeah, I mean, come on. That's true. That is true. Some lucky dude dodged a bullet and also a bar stool. Why does society continue to make the absolute worst people famous? The open marriage to ugly divorce pipeline is undefeated. The black box over the dog's eyes at 8:59 is hilarious. That's so funny. Oh, that's great. Makeup is doing a lot of heavy lifting here. That mugshot, yeah, the mugshot was crazy. She isn't that attractive. Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying. Did the guys ever get revealed? That would have been an L for them. I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. I'm guessing it's probably some of the same guys that might have been on the other shows, I guess. Because it sounds like they sort of do this flip-flop thing. One thing is for certain. If Dr. Grande's talking about it, there was an incident. Disney's producers were so preoccupied with whether or not they could that they didn't stop to think if they should. The worst thing about this video is a child was injured. She was so out of control that she hurt her own child. She didn't care about this innocent child watching all this craziness. She can't control her emotions. It's not a good quality. This woman is a train wreck. It's very sad that her children have to be involved in her disruptive life. She is no victim. Yeah, that's very true. This nut job should be a jail for child endangerment. I mean, honestly, yeah. Come on. Oh my gosh. In your guts, you know she's nuts. That's another good maxim. All right. We got so one more video. This one's about a woman here. So yeah, we're going 3 for 3 tonight. Guys, I apologize if my sort of, leaky nose here has caused a unpleasantness in the audio. Hope you guys are doing okay. We got 16 folks, we got 17 likes. But I'm thinking we can make it through this third video. What are you guys thinking? Do the third video? That's what I mean, a dog's identity. Let me end this poll. 80% say no. Yeah. Okay. All right, folks. Those are pretty good. Those are pretty good videos. I don't know. Like before those other 2 videos, I had actually wanted to share this one because I saw it probably like, well, I didn't watch the whole thing, but I saw it like a week ago, but I watched most of it. But something about this story was just kind of like crazy to me. You know what I mean? Like she seemed to be living this kind of very picturesque life with her husband, but then you'll find out as we watch it. It's just another one of those videos. Just another one of those videos that I thought would be just, something that could be a learning video. All right.
Hello, this is Dr. Grande. Today I will analyze the case of Linda Campitelli. First, I'll look at the background of this case, move to the timeline of the crime, then offer my analysis. Linda Marie Campitelli was born on October 14, 1989, in Miami, Florida.
Okay.
After high school, she attended the University of Miami, where she graduated with a bachelor's degree in health science in 2012. She then enrolled in an accelerated nursing program. Linda started working as a registered nurse in 2014. In 2015, she met a physician named John Campitelli.
Okay, yep. So super hot nurse meets this, come on. Well, I mean, he's not exactly he seems like a decent chap. She meets a decent chap with the high income. This kind of reminds me of like when Coach Greg Adams talks about like women that are just really attractive, that really they're just community property, and you got to accept that they're community property. And you're going to hear why I'm saying that as we get through this video. So, oh my gosh. Okay, well, shout out to him. He's a doctor, and he made some mistakes. What he should have done is said this.
Your dowry, it's my right.
But I get it. She's a hottie. I get it. So he didn't ask this.
Which one of these broads has the richest father?
Yeah.
But this is where, the community property thing comes in. So let's go in.
And they became romantically involved. The couple married in 2016. They had a daughter named Madison, and they purchased a 3,600 square foot house.
Oh my God. Look at that. 3 ports here for cars. You got one over here. This one probably leads into a guest room. See, that could be for the guest. Oh my gosh. And then here's the 2 cars here. Look at that beautiful house.
On Bristol Ridge Court in West Palm Beach, Florida. There they had another daughter named Olivia.
Okay, they got the whole family. He's not a bad looking guy. Actually, never mind. This guy's a doctor. Of course, she went for Mr. Tall Guy over here. Big income. They got their family. Everything looks great.
Starting in 2022, when Linda was working as a nurse at the Wellington Regional Medical Center, she started having an affair with another nurse named Renee Perez.
Oh my God. Oh, so the nurses were just, oh my gosh. This looks like a really nice restaurant.
Center. She started having an affair with
oh my gosh. She started having an affair.
Another daughter named Olivia. Starting in 2022, when Linda was working as a nurse at the Wellington Regional Medical Center, she started having an affair with another nurse named Renee Perez.
Okay, here's Mr. Bad Boy over here. All right, Mr. Bad Boy. Mr. Cool Nurse. So she's got doctor income locked in. And then she starts doing it with this guy. All right.
He was born on July 20, 1987, so he was about 2 years older than Linda. Just like Linda, Renee was also married to a physician. In 2023,
wow. So that guy's wife was a physician. Dang.
Renee found a job at the Del Rey Medical Center, but the affair continued. In September 2024, Linda was accepted into.
And she's got that, you know, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. To be honest, I don't really see the crazy eyes like we did with the other two. Are you guys seeing the crazy? Like, I'm starting to think, I don't know if the crazy eyes matter or not at this point. Like, I just, you know, Matt Walsh will probably say we should have been able to tell, but I don't know. I don't think, you know. Yeah, doctor looks like Mr. Dependable and nurse looks like Mr. Bad Boy. Yeah, I agree with that. Look forward to seeing, let's see. And the Chad enters the image. There we go.
An advanced continued. In September 2024, Linda was accepted into an advanced practice registered nurse program at Nova Southeastern University. She was due to start classes in the winter of 2025. Linda was also getting ready to start a new job. Now moving to the timeline of the crime. On October 28th.
Okay, here's the crime. Okay, so yeah, I mean, you know what? Yeah, he's tall, but he does kind of look like, you know, Mr. Provider. He does look like Mr. Provider. Mr. Dependable, that's true. All right, we got a picturesque wedding photo here. Oh, it's looking so beautiful. My God, the families were there. Everything was great. You know, man, and she's just sitting here having an affair on this guy, man.
They played us like a damn fiddle!
Oh, my gosh. All right.
2024, Linda told her husband, John, that she was going out to have dinner with friends.
Hold on a second.
She was wearing a red...
Having dinner with friends.
Now moving to the timeline of the crime. On October 28, 2024, Linda told her husband, John, that she was going out to have dinner with friends. She was wearing a red dress and black heels. At 7:23 p.m., she was captured on video surveillance weaving her development. A few hours later, at 10:18 p.m., multiple 911 calls were placed reporting that an unresponsive woman was bleeding profusely from the mouth. She was lying face down in the southbound lanes of Lyons Road, 7 miles south of Linda's house. When the police arrived, they found Linda's body. She had a skull fracture, brain contusions, cuts to her face, rib fractures.
Cuts to her face, huh? Dang.
And contusions to her back. Linda was pronounced dead at 10:26 p.m. Her cause of death was blunt force trauma to her head and to her torso. Linda was wearing the same red dress and black heels that she had on when she left her residence about 3 hours earlier. Her body had been dragged post-mortem. Her dress contained black blemishes from the roadway, and the back portions of her heels were completely worn down and disfigured. Linda's Chevrolet Tahoe was parked 50 feet from where her body was found. The engine was still running, the doors were closed, and the front driver's side tire was flat. There was a screw protruding from this tire. The police believe the vehicle had been intentionally disabled.
Sabotage.
There was blood on the rear driver's side door handle and in several...
I did watch it to hear, but I can't remember what happened. My guess is like, I don't know. What do you think happened? Like, maybe, I don't know. It's like, why would, I think it was the affair partner, but it's like, why would the affair partner do that? Like, did his wife find out about her? I don't know. Why would he have needed to eliminate her in that way? Shout out to the 26 people watching. Thanks for the 17 likes.
Several places on the interior of the vehicle, including on the rear speakers. In the center console, the police found Linda's Apple Watch with blood on it. A DNA analysis revealed that the blood belonged to her. Linda's cell phone was found about 25 feet from her body. The flashlight app was open and illuminated. Linda's friends reported to the police that she had been engaging in an extramarital affair for about 2 years.
Hey, this is why I bookmarked it. This is why I bookmarked it. I remember now, because the friends knew. The friends knew the whole time, and they knew it for 2 years, and they didn't say nothing.
They played us like a damn fiddle.
That now I remember. Yes. You know what I mean? Yeah, everybody knew except, you know, the husband dang near.
Renee Perez. The police discovered that Linda and Renee communicated for about 2 years with Renee Perez. The police discovered that Linda and Renee communicated via WhatsApp almost every day.
It's always the WhatsApp, isn't it?
Work, family matters, their romance, making plans to meet, and having sex. Their messages contained expressions of affection and clothing-challenged images. Linda expressed frustration due to having to compromise and to share quality time with Renee's wife.
So she was upset at her affair partner because he had to spend quality time with his wife. So she was expressing jealousy. Wow, she must have really been in love. She must have really been in love with the affair partner, with the bad boy nurse. Okay. And his wife being the doctor. Those friends suck. Gosh. See, a girlfriend will always know if your wife is cheating, and they will not tell you unless they want to sleep with you. That's a good point. Sponsor of today's video, Hoes Gone Wild.
On October 27, 2024, the day before Linda was murdered, the couple arranged to meet the next day.
And by couple, he means the affair couples.
October 28 at 7:30 p.m. for a birthday celebration. In one message, Linda...
Wait, hold on. The couples or the couple?
Where Linda was murdered, the couple arranged to meet the next day, October 28 at 7:30 p.m. for a birthday celebration. In one message, Linda wrote, quote, "I love you. I feel kind of weird. I don't know what to expect tomorrow. You've never done anything like this for me before, and I feel a little nervous," unquote. Renee responded, quote, "LOL, it's no big deal. Just trying to show you that I can be romantic.
Oh my
It
God.
probably won't be as good as what you've done for me," unquote. Linda said, "So tomorrow at 7:30, and you're 100% sure this is okay?" Renee responded, "Yes, ma'am, you got it. I love you so much." Linda said, "Thank you. I love you so much too. Good night."
Wow.
The police spoke to Renee. He admitted to having an affair
And the husband was none the wiser, it seems.
with Linda and admitted they were scheduled to meet on the night she was murdered. He claimed he sent Linda a message to cancel the meeting because his son was sick, but the police did not find any message consistent with his claim.
Okay.
Investigators believe that after communicating with Renee that night, Linda drove her Chevrolet Tahoe to 1397 Medical Park Boulevard in Wellington. Renee left work at the Delray Medical Center in his Honda Accord at 6:30 p.m., which gave him plenty of time to meet Linda as scheduled. At 8:12 p.m., Linda captured an image on her cell phone showing the back of her Chevrolet Tahoe. The rear seat was folded down flat to make the cargo area larger. A blanket or a table cover was attached to the ceiling of the vehicle. It contained a message that read, "Happy birthday. Hope your birthday is out of this world."
Okay. Trying to find out who did the I gotta go, but stay strong. And remember, the guy with the longest beard always gets right away. Shout out to you, man. Thanks for coming in and hanging out, man. We appreciate you.
The back seats and cargo area were covered with hospital bed sheets, specifically UltraSorb medical sheets. These sheets are the same kind used at Renee's employer, the Delray Medical Center. Presumably, Renee had prepared the space in the back of Linda's vehicle so they could have sex.
Oh, okay. I thought he was preparing the space to like put her body in. You know, her lifeless body. I don't know. I'm still not figuring out like what, I mean, what they were doing was bad and everything, but why did they need to go to this lane?
The police believe that Renee attacked Linda while they were parked at this building on Medical Park Boulevard. There weren't too many visitors to that area at night. So
hey, man, they like the bad boys. They like the bad boys.
it's unlikely anyone would have seen them. At 9:59 p.m., Linda's cell phone and a prepaid cell phone associated with Renee left Medical Park Boulevard together. As I mentioned, at 10:18 p.m., multiple 911 calls were placed reporting that Linda's body was on Lyons Road. This is 2.5 miles from Medical Park Boulevard. On March 10, 2026, Renee Perez was arrested and charged with first-degree murder with a deadly weapon and tampering with physical evidence. At the time I am making this video, he is working his way through the criminal justice system.
We want to know why you did it, buddy. Why'd you do it?
Now moving to my analysis. Presumably, Renee Perez will maintain his innocence. He denied even seeing Linda on the night of the murder, so it stands to reason that he will deny killing her. The state, of course, disagrees.
Dang, look at the size of that ring right there. See right here? Look at the size of that diamond.
The murder, so it stands to reason that he will deny killing her. The state, of course, disagrees.
I'll get the game.
It took them quite a while to build a case, but they are confident the evidence indicates that Renee murdered Linda.
Okay, yeah, I mean, it seems like he did. Questions why? Hey, the doctor husband is rid of her, so good for him, I guess. Why? I mean, I hear ya.
This brings me to the question, is Renee guilty of murder? Let's take a look at the evidence, both for and against the idea he is guilty, starting with the inculpatory factors. Renee and Linda were having an affair. They were both married and had a lot to lose if the infidelity was discovered. On the night of Linda's murder, she was scheduled to meet with Renee at 7:30 p.m.
The ironic part is both of them were married to higher earners than them, and assuming they lived in a no-fault state, I can't remember what state he said they're in. I think Florida. If the infidelity doesn't go into divorce at all, then they would both kind of make out of that divorce fine and then be together, ironically screwing over both of the doctors. But, you know.
She left her neighborhood at 7:23 p.m. and drove to Medical Park Boulevard, an area that wasn't very busy at night. Renee told the police that he canceled the birthday celebration by sending Linda a message, but there was no message. He claimed that he did not leave his job at the Delray Medical Center until 11 p.m.
Even though the sheets were in the
he
back
was
of the car.
captured on video surveillance leaving at 6:30 p.m. At 8:12 p.m., Linda captured a photograph of the inside of her vehicle. It was decorated to celebrate her birthday and outfitted for sex. This is not something she would have done for herself. She must have been with Renee. He was the one who prepared that vehicle. Renee admitted that he had two phones. He would leave one of his phones at the hospital where he worked because the phone's location was shared with his wife. So he wanted to make sure that his wife would not discover the affair. He would take a second phone
It's always the
with
second
him
phone
for his meetings with Linda. The police found out that there was a third phone, one Renee failed to mention.
Ooh.
This phone is the one that left Medical Park Boulevard at 9:59 p.m. and traveled together with Linda's cell phone. About 20 minutes later, Linda was found beaten to death wearing the same clothing she had on when she left her neighborhood. It appears as though the scene had been staged to make Linda's death look like she had been struck by a motor vehicle while checking a flat tire on the side of the road. This explains why there was a screw in her tire, the flashlight app on her cell phone was open and illuminated, and her body had been dragged. If a stranger had killed her, why would they have gone through the trouble of staging the scene? The killer must have been someone who knew Linda. Renee knew Linda exceptionally well, and he was the last person to see her alive. Just before midnight, about an hour and a half after Linda was murdered, Renee was captured on video surveillance entering the Delray Medical Center. He was wearing a dark pair of shoes. When Renee left the building at 12:06 a.m., now on October 29, 2024, he was wearing a gray pair of shoes. He stopped by an outdoor trash can before driving to his residence. The dark shoes were never
covering his tracks.
Found. On November 13, 2024, about 2 weeks after the murder, Renee purchased a new Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus. He said that he lost his Samsung Galaxy S23. However, he was captured on video surveillance using an S23 right before buying his S24 Plus. Now moving to the exculpatory factors. There were no witnesses to the murder, no video. There is no report about Renee's DNA being found anywhere on Linda's body, in her vehicle, or on her phone. Linda was engaging in infidelity at the time of her death. It stands to reason that she had aggravated a number of people and supplied them with the motive to kill her, not just Renee. That's pretty much it for the exculpatory factors. When considering all the evidence in this case, do I believe that Renee is guilty? Yes, I believe he is guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. What do I think happened in this case? This is just a theory, my opinion. Linda and Renee were both self-centered, treacherous, unsophisticated, manipulative, deceptive, and perfidious.
The bad boy, and also the bad girl.
Even though they were both married, they decided to have sex with each other. The affair went on for 2 years. This meant 2 years of deceiving their loved ones. The couple probably experienced a thrill by frequently lying and making plans to be together. like it requires some type of superior intelligence to sneak around and have sex in the back of an SUV. On her Facebook account, Linda portrayed a life of contentment, luxury, and happiness. She posted images of vacations, romantic dinners, trips to the beach.
Yeah, see, this was another part that made me want to save it to show you guys, because it's just like, oh, look how happy we are. We're a happy, picturesque family. We got it all going on.
Visits to expensive hotels and other special events with her husband.
Oh, man, there's the husband. I wonder if he ever suspected anything, you know? Doesn't really seem like he suspected anything.
And her daughters. Many of the images were taken during the period when Linda was having the affair.
Oh, see, there you go.
She wanted people to believe that she had the perfect life, but her life was nothing but a lie. On the night of the murder, Linda wanted to celebrate her birthday with her lover. She was looking forward to an unforgettable romantic evening with a charming and enchanting atmosphere. That is, sex in the cargo area of her SUV on medical bed sheets taken from a hospital. The beauty of the moonlight shining through the sunroof was nothing short of spellbinding. Linda was living the dream. Now she had everything she could possibly imagine. At some point during this magical and transcendent night of passion, Renee became angry and beat Linda to death.
I wonder why. Did the cops ever get to it?
He may have used a weapon. There was a reference to a weapon in the murder charge, but the police never said what weapon
Shout out,
they
Reaper.
thought he used.
Good to see you, man.
As far as a motive, maybe Linda once again expressed her frustration that she was sharing Renee with his wife and issued some sort of ultimatum. Perhaps the couple argued about something completely different. There's no way to know. I do not believe that Renee planned to kill Linda in advance. Rather, this occurred in the heat of the moment. After the murder, Renee realized he was in big trouble. Here he was with his dead.
Something, it's just so odd. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe they got in an argument and he hurt her and then he just decided to go all the way. I don't know. Something. Husband had to know something. She's going out looking like that for her birthday without him. I know, right? I'm going out with my friends. You're just going to have girl time. Husband's like, oh, okay.
Lover in her vehicle. The only thing he had going for him as far as escaping responsibility was the fact that the meeting was a secret. Linda had worked to keep it a secret as well. She helped the man who murdered her to avoid responsibility. Renee came up with a two-part strategy to conceal his involvement. He would fabricate an alibi by claiming
this is yet another tragic love story. I mean, you know, they were both cheating within marriages, but ooh, there's another kind of, you know, tragedy after love.
He worked until 11 p.m. There's no way he could have committed the murder if that was true. He would try to make it seem like Linda's death was an accident. Maybe there was no murder at all. He put a screw in her tire, illuminated the flashlight app on her phone, and dragged her body to make it look like she had been struck by a vehicle while checking a flat tire on her way home. After staging the scene, Renee walked the 2.5 miles back to his Honda Accord on Medical Park Boulevard. This probably took him less than an hour. He then drove to his place of work and threw his shoes in the trash. The investigation into the murder took some time. However, the police eventually managed to secure key digital evidence, like the WhatsApp messages and the location data from Renee's third phone. This will almost certainly be enough to convict Renee. Now moving to my final thoughts. When a wife cheats on her husband, sometimes people may give her the benefit of the doubt as far as her motive. Like, she must have had a good reason.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that's the gynocentrism. Well, he must have not been giving her enough attention. Or he must have not been, understanding or doing enough whatever the heck. And she felt lonely. And he wasn't emotionally there, all this stuff.
Maybe her marriage was terrible. Perhaps she wasn't getting anything she wanted out of life. The case of Linda Campitelli demonstrates how that is not always the case. Based on her social media activity, her life seemed idyllic. It appeared as though she had everything she could possibly dream of. She was living in a $900,000 house.
$900,000 house, gosh. And being in Florida, that's really big.
Frequently going on vacation, eating in fancy restaurants with her husband. What more could she want? I think what happened with Linda is that she was simply looking for sex with someone different.
Gosh, imagine doing all that. And then she's just like, nah, I want more.
This was all about excitement seeking. This is a motive that many
Screwing
cheaters
her,
deny.
screwing the
They
tire.
often act like there are complex reasons for the affair. Often the truth is quite simple. They are trying to satisfy a strong sex drive with some degree of novelty. I wonder if Linda ever considered the damage that she created in order to fulfill her selfish desires.
Gosh. Notice the low-key hit to social media being a big problem without pointing it out specifically. Yeah, I mean, gosh, I don't know. I mean, do you mean in the sense of her like portraying this this sense of like having the perfect marriage or something? What do you mean by like low-key hit? I don't know if I understand exactly. Hit to social media being a big problem.
She was willing to betray her husband for 2 years. Linda behaved foolishly,
2
but the
years.
harshest judgment in this
The curated life, like, yeah, okay, yeah, portraying it like it's like the greatest thing ever. I don't know. I think it's really like wanting a cake and eat it too type situation, to where it's like, you know, she wants that when she's not horny, and then when she gets horny, she's just like, well, I want that too, you know. Social media is nothing but curated lies. Yeah, I agree with you there.
case should be reserved for Renee. He also cheated for 2 years, and on top of that, allegedly committed murder. This case is yet another example of why infidelity never works out the way people hope. Cheaters are often impulsive, reckless, and they operate in secret, which creates a condition that can facilitate violence. Those are my thoughts on the case of Linda Campitelli. Thank you so much for watching.
Oh no, we got
I'll talk to
more.
you soon.
We got more.
Undoubtedly, some people will look at this case and think, okay, what happened to Linda was tragic, but she was playing a dangerous game.
That's
Here she
true.
was betraying her husband.
Yeah, she was living the matador lifestyle.
She was also harming Renee's wife by cheating with him.
And
So
putting, you know, the children.
she was really just causing a lot of destruction. Sometimes when people do that,
I think it is done.
things don't
yeah.
work out too well for them. I think what's important to remember here is that Linda's side of the story has never been told because Renee allegedly murdered her. Even though she seemed to have this idyllic life, according to her Facebook account, there's no way to know if she was really happy. There's no way to know what other factors could have existed that drove her toward this affair.
Well, the husband's still alive.
It doesn't mean that it wasn't her fault. It almost certainly was her fault. But there may have been mitigating factors. It's tough really judging someone when they don't have a chance to represent themselves. Renee will have an opportunity to defend himself.
That may or may not be true, but I don't know. She still chose to did what she did, and if she had these other issues with her marriage, then maybe she could have took some different actions instead of going to, you know, what she did. So for 2 years,
Against a murder charge.
I don't really see that guy. Like, I mean, now I'm judging the guy by how he looks, but he doesn't seem like some abusive dude. You know, maybe quote unquote, he just wasn't hitting it right, as they say. But still, I don't know. Simply, yeah, I could kind of see it a little bit. I know what you mean. Massive win for the husband. That could have gone really bad for him should she divorced him, which most likely would have been the conclusion. Yeah, that's the odd part of the whole thing, you know. I wonder if he found out about the affair after finding out about the murder. I don't know. Like, you'd like to think he was suspicious. I mean, Don DeMarco made a good point about her going out on her birthday dress like that, but maybe he just believed her. Like, oh yeah, she's going out with her friends, you know. Ha ha ha. I mean, I don't know if he'd laugh like that. You know what I mean?
Linda will never have an opportunity to justify the affair. She will never get to explain what her reasons were.
Can you justify the affair? Like, she could probably give some reasons, but still.
Another interesting element of this case is how it creates this awkward situation in terms of how is somebody supposed to mourn for Linda? So, like when a husband loses a wife and then he later finds out that she was cheating, is he sad that she's gone? Is he angry with her for cheating? I think what sometimes occurs is ambivalence. There are strong feelings in two directions. A person can be sad and mourn someone's loss, but also be angry with them at the same time. It's one of those complex reactions that people really can't work out too quickly. It's unfortunate because it makes an already terrible situation even more difficult to process.
Let's see what the comments say. Yeah, I mean, I guess, you feel bad that, that happened to her, but at the same time, she was doing some bad stuff. Just remember, folks, social media is a place people go to lie about their lives, not to tell the truth. Oh, gosh. Like, I feel bad. Like, I want to believe some people are, but yeah, a lot of people are putting on a front. A lot of people are putting on a front. Like, I'll just kind of take it that way. Adultery is a dangerous game and destroys many lives. Yeah. My opinion, she threatened to tell his wife she fell in love with him. He was only looking for variety. Yeah, I think this comment kind of has it right here. She definitely seems like she was more in love with him than the other way around. And she probably wanted to get divorced and be together with this guy. And he was like, hell no. We're just over here doing what we're doing. I'm not leaving my wife for you. And maybe she kept pushing or something. And, follow-up story, the wife of the dude going to jail divorces and marries the dude that lost his wife, who her ex was having an affair with. I mean, very possible. Then you'd have two doctors there. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, you'd have to wonder if they met, during the course of the investigation and the trials. Like, they're probably both watching this, and who knows, maybe they talk to each other, but, I don't know. That's just something. Her Facebook page, yeah, I think this one. Her Facebook page is insanely hypocritical, filled with posts about being a wife, healthy relationships, etc. Posts with her husband and kids. Wow, so she's talking about healthy relationships and stuff on her Facebook. Posts with her husbands and kids, all while cheating for years. Just proves you can never believe what you see on social media. It's just a tailored image for their supposed audience. There you go, tailored image. I like that. Every single day now, more news about malfunctioning or toxic people in the healthcare industry. It's disgusting that several of her friends knew about the infidelity yet failed to tell her husband. Bankrupt characters in this story. I lost a friend when I questioned her having an affair with the married man. She was quite upset with me. She said she was a spiritual person, and when I asked if adultery was spiritual, she ended our friendship. Good enough. Shout out to Grandma Turtle. I feel for the spouses and children. Big love and strength to them. These people think way too much of themselves. Out of control egos. So a wonderful husband and two beautiful children wasn't enough. What lowlives these two are. They're poor spouses and children, my word. She likely threatened to tell his wife. There must have been something about that. All sympathy is reserved for the betrayed spouses and children only. When you're both married to doctors, but you still don't feel like you're living your best life, so you cheat on them because you're beyond selfish. My condolences to John Campitelli and the children. Linda played a stupid game and won a deadly prize. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah. Linda's same friends almost certainly knew her husband and never said a thing to him. Yep. How does a person process the death of a spouse that lived a secret life? That's the ironic too, because maybe the friends could come out here and be like, Linda used to complain about her husband and she told us why she was unhappy. But it sounds like her friends haven't said any of that. So I don't think it was that. I think it's more the simple explanation of, she wanted to indulge in that great romantic love drug, so to speak. And, real quick, I'm a male nurse on the verge of retirement. I remember when nurses used to be among the most trusted people in society. Sadly, not anymore. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, so that was a pretty crazy video. Let me see what's up with this. She could bring a dowry to him. Absolutely.
Your dowry. It's my right.
If he gets convicted and his wife divorces him, does she still lose money on that divorce? That's a good question. Like, is he entitled to alimony and any of that kind of stuff? I feel like I should know the answer to that, but I actually don't. 'Cause I think technically it's like he still owns the property and stuff like that. And especially if there's like payments on debts that need to be paid or restitution and these kinds of things, that'll probably come from their thing. but they would still technically be married when he's in jail. So she would have to then divorce him while he's in jail. And he can make it very hard for her, I'm pretty sure. Like, it's not going to be like he's in jail so he doesn't get anything. Like, I think he still will actually get whatever he's entitled to get out of that marriage, you know. Now, when it comes to child support, they're not going to be able to get child support from him. They'll put a child support order, but they'll set it to 0 because he won't have any income since he's in jail. Yeah. But yeah, she might, the wife is probably still going to have to take a hit, income wise. So at the end of the day, though, it is up to the judge. So, I mean, I don't know, but it depends also what's written in the law, if there is some kind of exception to that. So that would depend on Florida law there, but I've never heard of something like that. That would be interesting, though. Hey, Dan the Man, welcome in, man. We're actually just closing off here, but we're chilling. We're talking, man. Thanks for coming in. Let's see. Oh, hold on a second. I might change this song. Oh, no, we're looking for the remix. All right, I think it's this one. Dang it, we got the radio edit and the remix. No. I think it was the radio edit. Shout out to Avalanche for this one. Okay, come on. Oh, no, that ain't it. Okay, no, it is the remix. Okay. Yeah, starting to wrap up. My nose is just, I got some allergy stuff going on here, and I should probably just turn in. I would have liked to stay longer. Oh no, driving off. Man, I can't remember what that, where's the Better Get My Dowry that I like? What? There's Driving Off Alone, which is tight. Oh well. Sorry, having a little trouble with the music tonight. That's my fault. Ah, the hell with it. This is really kind of driving me nuts. I don't know what I'm doing. Why does it keep playing this song? Oh, what the hell? Oh, this little toolbar never changes, I guess, until you hit play here. Well, my bad, guys. I played everybody. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. Kicked her to the curb club mix. You know what? I'm going to do that for you right now, actually. Kicked her to the curb club mix. Curb Appeal club mix. We got it right here. Okay, now I've learned the system. I'm going to hit play here. Excellent. Thank you so much for that. Sorry about that, guys. I'm tripping tonight. See, like I'm messed up right now. Yeah. Played your Christmas jingle. Oh yeah. I played that earlier. Great song, man. So better if I don't ever get a job, if I might land in child support. I'm working on my own projects right now anyway. I might just focus on bare minimum. Well, what they would do is say you have the ability to make minimum wage, and they would charge you on that. Thank you for that, Avalanche. Thanks for telling me. If anyone is interested, Eric Klopper put out a clip from his court case against Oregon. That sounds interesting. Take care of yourself. Thank you, man. I hope you feel better. I think I will. I just need a solid night of sleep. Did you hear the country songs I made for Paul? I did, man. We got to choose one so I can send it to him. Just tell me whatever you're, like, I'm down to send whatever one you want to send. I'll send it to him for sure. Sorry I didn't follow up with you on that. Yeah, I want to hear Paul's song. I'll play it on stream. I think I might also post that as its own video. There in the AI channel. Get well soon. Thank you, man. I need it. Sorry, guys. Sorry you have to put up with that tonight. Next week, hopefully, we'll be better. Nice. I'll have to check it out. For sure, man. I want to play Better Get My Dowry also. Good song right here. Good song. All right, better get my dowry. I think it's the original then, or the radio edit. No, I think I liked either the remix or the radio edit. I really got to sign into this. Yeah, I like this one. I really like this song. This one's too good right here.
She's gotta have my money in her hand. When I walk down the aisle and I take my stand, gotta take my hand and place the rubber band, baby. Gotta have my money in her hand. Oh, the woman better give me my dowry. Give me my dowry. The woman better give
This song is, I don't know, I really like this one. That's my favorite version of the song too. Yeah, for real. I just want to send him one, man. I could send him the other ones, bro, but I think if we just send I'll send him the first one first, and if he really likes it, I'll send him the other one. Well, we'll chat more, Dan. My bad, man. Good thing I took a break. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Reaper, man. I appreciate you, bro. Thanks for coming in. I use the coworker music to listen to you. I'd feel like a dick if I was playing music. Ugh. It's all good. Dang, guys. Well, hopefully I'll get the panel discussion for you guys sometime this week. I'm hoping maybe even around Monday, probably Tuesday. But I'm going to follow up with all the guys again, just make sure they're good with it, and I'll try to post something. It's another good one. Oh, it's the remix. This is the remix. We'll chat, Dan, for sure. I just say just choose one. Like, just choose the one that you think is the best that you really want to send them, and I'll send it to him. Man, actually, the remix ain't that bad either. Oh my God, guys. I really want to get that card game, and I'm actually going to get it. I like the second set of new lyrics with the outlaw style best. Okay. Yeah. The lyrics are really good. How much do I have to shit on you to get you to love me? Then that's the one I want to send. Okay, sounds good. We'll get that one over to him. All right, y'all. Well, I'll let you go, man. I think I got to get myself figured out here. And we'll be back same time next week, and hopefully I'll get you guys some good content throughout the week, so you don't got to wait for next week. And we'll make it happen. Hopefully no sniffles next time, too. So y'all take it easy and have a fantastic week ahead of you. Thanks, everybody, for hanging